hello there. Welcome to
AoE stun.
Hey,
Yeah. Welcome to Clear Skies.
Sorry. Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. Sorry.
Jason
failed
welcome,
his con
everyone.
save, and we stunning striked him right before we went live. So we apologize.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently it's that kind of day. Something's glitched out half of my shirt. It's the green screen. No,
Ooh,
there's the
it's the
void. There's
void.
only the void.
It just
love it
means
when
that
it's
in
the
your
void.
heart, at the center of you, Dave, you're black.
Yep,
Yes.
love it.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what the plus
Hi,
is
everyone.
in LGBT.
LGBTQ void.
Yes, everyone knows that.
We've now said it on the internet. It's a thing.
The
Yeah.
wheels have come off
There.
the show, and we didn't even get to the hello yet.
Yeah.
No, we haven't even started.
Bonus content.
It's all you, Jason.
Yeah, we've already had like 3 clips made. I'm sure. Matter of welcome to another episode of the Gaxx Pack, everybody. Harry Con Live. My name is Jason Miller, and I will be your dungeon master for the next 3 hours. Our show is sponsored by, we got to say hi to our sponsors, the World of Chaldea, Dwarven Forge. They make killer terrain for your games. Sirenscape, you'll be hearing them today. They're going to be, peppering our lives with sound. And of course, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, who I think just sent a bunch of people our way here. Thank you very much, people, for coming. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're playing a game today called Dungeons and Dragons, and we're on GaryCon Live. What's GaryCon? Well, GaryCon is an annual game convention celebrating the life and works of Gary Gygax, the co-creator of Dungeons and Dragons and considered the father of role-playing games. So we're very happy to be on the channel representing him and representing the convention that celebrates him. Before I even introduce our players today, I'm going to talk about fate points. Why? Because I always forget. I always forget to talk about fate points. So you can help our players today by sending bits. And for every 3,000 bits that we get, that gives my players a fate point. What does a fate point do? It gives them a reroll. It gives them a reroll on any check or attack. They can only use it once for that item or that event. But the more fate points you give them, the more rerolls they'll have throughout the day, and that you can help save them from dying. Unfortunately, Vivka will not be here today because, as she put it, hold on, I will actually tell you in her own words because this was really funny. She
Do the voice.
Yeah, I want to hear your Vivka.
Voice.
Do the snacks voice.
Oh, I have cavernous holes in my face and it sucks. So basically, Vivka got her wisdom teeth removed and is kind of, she's high on painkillers, so she might be in the chat. So that could make chat
failed her wisdom save.
Or I would submit that means she passed her wisdom save, honestly, if they got removed.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
It made me think of a time when my wisdom teeth were removed, and then I was forced to go to a family wedding with I didn't have a beard then, and my face was just gigantic. So that brought up some
giant
past memories there. We won't forget. Anyway, all right. Well,
it was an unpleasant experience, yes.
What I'm hoping is that Vivka will give us some snacks facts in chat. Some snacks facts in chat. Yeah.
Snacks chat?
Yeah, exactly. Some snacks chat. Well, let's hope. But in the meantime, we're going to play on today, and I'll let you know what's going to happen with snacks today. All right. So let me say hello to my players today. I'm going to look on the screen and see where we are on the live screen. Let's start with the left. We'll do the left row and then the right row. So we're going to start with Adriana. Tell us about your character and who you are.
Oh, hi. My name is Adriana, and I am playing Grath, the Tiefling Ranger, who is like good aligned, and it's really hard to play good aligned character Tiefling for me. Yeah, she is kind of the nervous, leader of the pack that everyone's kind of pushed to the front to kind of like give everyone some guidance, and she's kind of struggling with this newfound place and keeping everyone together. And yeah, that's Graph.
Oh, and by the way, we're all level 7. Everybody's level 7 today.
Oh yes, we're all level 7.
Yeah, what level are their characters? They're level 7. They started at level 6, now they're at level 7. Below you is B. Dave Walters playing Thanato. Tell us about what's going on with you.
It me, B. Dave Walters. I say words about things. You can find me all over the internet, wherever fine streaming content can be located, up to including Thursdays at 4 on D&D Twitch and YouTube for the Black Dice Society. I'm playing Thanato, who is unburdened by morality or goodness. Grave cleric, divination wizard.
Master of the multi-class.
Fact.
And cleric who I don't think you've used one healing spell yet, have you?
I feel like I've dropped at
You
least a cure
healed
light on
me
somebody.
once.
Yeah, no, I feel
Yeah.
like it happened.
It happened once.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, here is the best way. I'm a proactive cleric. I kill things to prevent them dealing damage. Therefore, it does not require healing.
Ooh.
Actually,
Okay.
that's accurate.
I like that logic.
That works for me.
Abria, tell us about Karina.
Hi, I'm Abria Iyengar, and I am playing Karina, your Circle of Stars Vidalcan druid. Alignment is an illusion, like gender and time. Do what that will.
Agreed.
Excellent. And last but not least, today we have Mr. Eric Campbell.
Yes, indeed. I am playing Leaf, an orc who's chosen his new name. He's a full-blooded orc, a monk that follows the way of mercy and has unburdened his soul by seeking compassion and a higher path.
Excellent. When we last left our adventurers, they had just finished going through Porphyrios' garden and rescuing Julie Hynock and Orly Rathbone, and receiving, if you remember, the reward of 100,000 gold pieces that your boss Ganzerg. What was the final negotiation?
Excuse me. That was not said out loud, sir. The number of 100,000 was not said out loud because we were just told we'd be paid a lot, and we are not being paid enough. Whatever. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't. The 100,000 was the entire.
We
reward.
started at 100,000. I feel like it got pushed up.
Well, it actually got pushed down because your boss, I think, was taking 40%.
No, that doesn't sound right.
We'll have to check the tape on that. But what I at least wanted to do was
I don't remember
wanted
it
you
that
to
way.
at least all put 10,000 gold pieces on your character sheet, or the equivalent of.
I feel like we talked him down to only like a 10% cut, like an agent.
Yeah,
Yep.
no, I think it was
I
like
remember that.
40.
See, this is the problem. Ganzerg's got to explain to us why we need to stick around for this, because everything he asks us to do ends up being terrible.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we're definitely gonna get a
Well,
bonus.
you're gonna have a
He
talk.
feels like
with
I
him
should write
today.
15,000 down.
yeah, well, we could just
like that
rob
number better.
Ganzerg. That
I
would
like
work
it
as well.
better.
Yes.
I think we're gonna stick with 10 for now. But here, look here. The great thing is we're gonna start today back on the Citadel, and I'm gonna send you guys a picture just so you don't forget. The Citadel. You all live on a
Yellow Citadel.
yeah.
Don't.
We're not
An
past-
Illegally distinct Yellow Citadel.
an adamantine fortress
Ooh.
that travels around. Usually, you're parked in limbo, but if you recall, and I'll sort of explain it to our new viewers, you work for Ganzerg's Interdimensional Delivery Service and Security, GIDS for short, GIDDSS. You live in a stolen Githzerai adamantine citadel, which was originally hijacked and now controlled by your eccentric boss, Ganzerg Gaxx. He's a rebel Githzerai anarch who's a member of the Shasal coup a secret organization of Githyanki and Githzerai radicals who want to reunify their people. They believe that all Giths should live together. Everyone is just a Gith.
Everybody wants to be a gift.
Yeah, exactly. And when he isn't meeting with his fellow Chassal coup members about revolutions and probably coups, he's raising capital to fund armies for these revolutions by running this company. So when you're not on missions, the Citadel rests in a secret area in the plane of Limbo, but you're cut off from Githzerai society. In Limbo, all the Githzerai fortresses and citadels all communicate with each other. You obviously don't, because you're not, he doesn't want to be part of that. He wants to reunify everyone. And he has to put on a sort of a fake persona to both live in Githzerai society and also work behind the scenes to try to reunify everyone. So you are, there's 4 squads and of 5 members each, and you guys are the Gaxx Pact. But there are other squads in the Citadel. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. So you've seen the picture, right? So those 3 towers on top. Now that book, that's from Morgan Caden's guide, but that's sort of a general idea of what the citadels look like. They can kind of look like anything because they're controlled by the mind, so they can be expanded and contracted sort of at will. And there are several anarchs that... Oh, we got our first fate point. Okay. There are several anarchs there to sort of keep the thing under control. It's something that you got used to. You know, at first you were thinking like, wow, I'm in a place that's controlled by someone's mind, but you just kind of get used to it after a while. So there are 3 towers in this citadel. In the left tower, that's where all the squads live, and you live when you're not on a mission. I mean, you have a common room. Each one of you has your own private room. It's a nice situation. But the Citadel has about 100 people in it most of the time. There are, besides the 4 squads, there are about 24 Githyanki anti-knights. These are knights that rejected working for Githyanki society and are now part of the reunification movement. There's about 20 Gith guards that are a mixture of Githzera and Githyanki. But the greatest resources to you guys is that there are 3 high-level clerics. There's an entire library in the Citadel. There are tinkerers and alchemists and people that can help you identify every item that you picked up on your last adventure. So what I thought we'd do is we could start with going through all the items that you got and now it being identified.
I'm down for that. I have a quick question for you, Jason.
Yeah.
10,000 gold is a lot of coin to store somewhere. Do we have is there a place here in the Citadel that we can store that kind of money?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you have chests in your
okay, cool.
You each have your own room, and you each have like your own way to store that, and you can very easily get it converted to platinum too.
Oh yeah, then definitely gonna do that. I will get all my gold converted to platinum if that's possible.
It's very much a mobile, its own town. It's a mobile little community.
Nice.
Okay, cool. I'm just double checking.
I just stuff my mattress with them so I can just sleep on them like some sort of comedic rich duck.
Karina's like mumbling under her breath about how banks are for foolish people.
We've got a massive hype train going. We're already at level 3.
Yes.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jason, I have another quick question for you. This
Yeah.
is sort of like side stuff that Leaf is thinking about. But off the top of my head, Is there a way? I'm guessing we have pretty open access to plan our travel because of where we are and where we go. Correct?
Yes, I mean usually you'll be sent on a mission, but travel through the plains is relatively easy
Okay.
for you.
Because I'm wondering if it's possible to take a brief stint, bit of a jaunt, as it were, briefly to the prime material plane, specifically from where Leaf is from, if that is possible. And I'm definitely going to do an exchange on those coins at 10,000 gold to get myself 1,000 platinum.
Sure.
I'll have to, like,
And then you
look
can
at-
choose how much you leave on your person when you go on the next adventure or whatever.
Yeah, I'll probably keep a couple for myself.
What would you would want to talk to Ganzerg about that and
Okay.
sort of give him a reason why.
Sure. I'll role play that then. Yeah. So whenever you're ready for that, but that's just something I'm going to throw out there.
Okay, great.
I'm excited because I'm going to snoop on this. I'm emotionally preparing everyone for how much I want to spy on whatever's happening with Leaf.
Okay, good. We can definitely do that. What you would probably do is there are 2 gnome tinkerers on the ship that work together, that are usually the people that you would take all the items and the jewelry and the things that you got on your last adventure and would get them to identify it. So you would probably go down to their area with all of your stuff and just see what it is. At this point, right when you got back from the last adventure, Snacks went into her room and is just sleeping it off.
Yeah.
Try to wake her a couple times and she's just
Nearly kills you with her axe. We just
In her
She's
sleep.
a little tuckered out.
me alone.
kind of
Oh,
waves
poor
the
thing.
axe in her sleep, and so we're like, yeah, let's just leave her alone.
Yeah.
All right.
Poor little soldier.
So,
She's been through so much.
Grath, do you have written down the things that right before we started? I think you were away, and we were trying to figure out the different items that you guys acquired on the last adventure.
Well,
I know you
let's
have a
see.
ring and a sword.
I have some silver, a haste potion, and an invisibility potion, plus the amount of pay that we got from the garden adventure. But I kind of forgot, we did pick up, like, the crossbows, I think, and something else last episode. It's escaping my mind. There was a weapon.
There's a longsword
The longsword. Okay.
and a ring.
Oh, the ring! How could I forget about the ring? The one
And
ring.
Snacks' amulet, but presumably that's what Snacks in the room.
Yep.
Right. Snacks has the
But
amulet.
we
in
did
the
kind
ring.
of, we already sort of identified that, yeah? Did it do things beyond telling the weather like we saw when we were looking, or when Karina looked at it when we were in the garden?
Yeah, I mean, basically, it had certain druid craft powers,
Okay.
so it adds to. It's sort of a limited version of druid craft, so it only adds to her myth of that she's a druid also, and now we'll just continue to give her those powers.
Dope. Love it. I'm here for
Another
it.
hype train. Thanks,
Woo!
guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I guess Grath's just gonna look more into these items, especially that ring. But the longsword doesn't really interest her, so she's gonna either offer it to Thanado or Karina or Leaf.
Well,
Not Snacks.
we could at least find out the nature of it before you decide.
Okay, well, I usually just sell these items right off the bat. Trying to save money, you know. Where should I take this sword?
When she says that, I just sort of look both directions, and I just pull out a stack of platinum and hold it out to her.
What?
Money means nothing to me. I don't eat. I don't need housing. I know the state your family is in. You can pay me back somewhere along the way. And just push my full haul towards her.
Wordlessly, Grath just like is holding this pile. Donato,
Just, one favor. Don't tell Leaf he labors under the assumption that I'm secretly good inside. I assure you I'm not. I've simply come to value you. And what matters to you matters to me.
Donato, thank you. Are you sure? This helps me so much. You have no idea.
Well, yes. Like I said, pay me back somewhere down the line. If it will make it easier for you, I could come up with some cruel interest rate or other bizarre fantasy attachments to this. Right now, it's fairly untethered in my offer.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow. This is almost enough. Are you kidding me? Donato, thank you. And Grath just quickly puts it into her, I guess, purse. It's not big enough to carry all this. She was not ever expecting to have this much, so she just has to put it in her bag and...
DM, is it reasonable to assume I could acquire a bag of holding somewhere around here? Nothing too elaborate.
You might be able to get one from the Tinkerers, yeah.
I just would produce a small bag of holding, like, if I may, it'll clink less.
Thank you. Grath just gratefully takes this and places it all in there and just gingerly, safely stores the platinum. Still in shock, just... Are you sure, Donato?
I mean, you could owe me something like your child's first happy memory or something, if that would make you feel more comfortable.
I'll add all of that. Yes,
Yeah.
sure. Yes, thank
Then
you.
yes, I'm sure.
God.
And that Leaf is why all banks are nothing and money doesn't mean it. Oh, it's our friends. Hello.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, hi. Karina, how are you and Leaf faring?
Leaf is tearing into a piece of meat, just looks and says, I wasn't really paying attention. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll tell you again later.
Wait, where'd you get that meat? Is that...
He opens up his rations and pulls out a piece of jerky and hands it to you.
We are all rich now. Why are we sharing dried, crappy food? We can go to a restaurant.
There is also
peasant.
yes, there's also
They're
a
all
galley, and there's a great hall here in the Citadel, and there's a galley, and all of this is all open to you as employees of Gids. So
Thank you so much. This
don't we-
is Punch Grubs, right? That's my favorite shop on the Citadel.
Don't we have an appointment with the Tinkerers?
We've got to get down there. Come on. We have so much stuff.
Ugh, punch grubs, those things smelled horrible.
But they taste so good.
So as you make your way down to the lower level, there's three towers that are multi-leveled, and then there's three main levels of the Citadel, and the Tinkerers are on the lowest level. So as you're making your way down the stairs, you actually pass the leader of one of the other squads that very humbly calls themselves the Fabulous Five. And the leader of that squad is a male drow rogue by the name of Brucantar Justaban. And he very snobbily looks at Thanato as you pass and gives you a great amount of shade. Like there's no mistaking that he is giving you shade.
I say to him in Undercommon, I didn't realize it was garbage day in Menzo Burazan, that you've been cast out yet again.
At least I still have my original life.
Such as it is. Whenever you want, I can relieve you of it.
Ooh, Bruschetta Audubon. What are you doing here? What do you need?
I'm just making my way back up to my chambers.
Oh,
Have fun playing with yourself. Or your rapier, whatever you want to call it. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
Yes, you all rest while we do the real work around here, as always.
We do have a small area in the training room where we might put your words to practice.
Are you threatening us? Because if you're going to, you're going to have to do it much faster than that. If your sword's as slow as your tongue, we'll cut you to ribbons.
Oh, come on, let me harm him, please.
I'm saying yes. I'm fine with it.
I promise it's much faster than my words.
That's not what I heard.
look, we just got here. Let's just relax. I know there's some, we got a lot of steam to blow off, and just can we train later?
He keeps walking.
In orc society, when one wishes to compare their ball size with another orc, they just simply draw weapons. Why does everyone talk so much around here?
I would like to druidcraft just the sound of a squeaker of a fart as he gets about 10 feet away.
Like on him, like where he...
Yeah.
Okay, all right. You hear a and he quickens his pace up the stairs.
Watch out for Derry.
I guess he's a windbag in all senses of the word.
Okay. So something to maybe something for the future. Little extra there. But as you make your way down to the lower level, you pass the Great Hall. You sort of have to go through at least a side of the Great Hall to get down. And I have some. I will present you players with a more detailed map of everything. Right now it just looks like a bunch of chicken scratch, and because I decided that the fortress was somewhat circular, I'm really bad at drawing circles. So anyway, I will get to that. I'll get you that maybe next week. That'll be my goal this week. But just so you kind of can get a lay of the land as you're there.
All good.
So going through the Great Hall, you actually see the newest squad, and they're all back from a sort of pedestrian mission. You're not sure what, but they look a little beat up, but they're all right. And they adorably, remember the name of the company you work for is Gids. They adorably call themselves the Gids Kids, and they're there at the hall.
Leaf is going to approach him.
Okay.
Karina follows. I think I love them.
And but they're also a group of 5, and it's a male Leonin, the lion. His name is Dior Summerheart. There's a female satyr named Tavrada.
Oh hell yeah! Y'all bringing out the Theros races now.
Yeah, there's a female gnome ranger named Neely Quietstone. There's a male human warlock named Murkar Din, and there's a male tabaxi named Dew on the Grass, the druid.
So Leaf is gonna stroll up and be like, "Welcome back, friends. Some of you look a bit worse for wear. Does anybody need healing over here?"
Ooh.
Yes. How was your mission?
The captain stands up. The male Leonin paladin. He was like, "Thank you, sir. I embarrassingly could use a little myself. We were
You have nothing to be embarrassed about. If you didn't take an injury on the job, you weren't doing the job right, were you?" And he's gonna move over, and Leaf touches his shoulder with his hands for a second, and then runs his hand across the bottom of his back, and he just says, "Hold still for a moment." Just tries to find where his energies are, And then he's going to take a 2-finger strike against a pressure point and spend a point of key, and I'm going to heal him.
Roar! And he roars a lion's roar, and it echoes throughout the hall. But
Leaf,
he's
Leaf will kind of lean back and just be like, "That's a powerful voice," and he slaps him on his chest just like as a congratulatory. You should be a singer.
I want to lean over to Dew on the Grass and just be like, I love it when they do this. They're like best friends.
Do you want me to roll for healing, or do you just want to?
Just tell
All right,
me
cool.
how much would it generally do?
Physician's touch. So when you use your hand of healing, so it's basically, where is it on my? I didn't have this prepared because it wasn't in combat. It's 1d6 plus 3 hit points, so it's real minor. It's enough to sort of take the edge off.
Your best guess is that they're all around level 3. So
okay. So this is consequential then.
Yeah.
So then, then I'll just roll it, and I rolled a 4 plus 3, 7 points.
Okay, great. That was amazing. I've never met a monk before, actually. Things are new every day for us. We're the newest crew, and still kind of getting our plain legs, you might say.
It just gets stranger from here, but I promise you this. This is a realm that doesn't obey the rules of the standard places you've walked, and you'll find, at least I have found as an orc that walks these halls, people don't look at you the same way. It's a nice change. Welcome. All of you, welcome. If you need anything, we're Gaxx. We're one of the top teams around here, and if you need anything, you can speak to me, and I will introduce you to the rest of my group. We'll be happy to help you in any way I can, except for that one. And I point at Thanato.
And Tavrata, the female satyr cleric, very super hopeful and eager, and was like, I heard you encountered some of my kin on your last mission. What may have happened?
So here's the thing. I want to grab
Grips.
her. Yeah, just turn and grab her. So here's the thing. That whole area ended up being like a mental projection. So whatever you may hear about what satyrs may or may not have been killed and eaten, they weren't real. It was all a nightmare. Don't worry about it.
Killed and eaten?
No, it was an
They
illusion.
weren't real. It wasn't real, and it wasn't real. And I'm sure they're not a reflection of what actual satyrs are like.
Well, I mean, look, we get into mischief, that's for sure. So, killed and eaten, huh?
I mean, it's
eaten?
less like well, you haven't
Raw.
snacks. Okay, sir.
Look. It was all an illusion, just like Karina said. And Grath just like kind of grips Thanato and like Karina on the like wrist, like a little firmly to try to quiet them a little bit. It was a lot, but none of it was really real. So anything you, like they said, anything you hear about the satyrs and what may or may not have happened to them was
True.
he meant to say untrue or truly outrageously fake.
Wrap it up, Lita. You're doing great. Bring us home.
Okay, it was fake. It was just an illusion. Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. Well, it sure was nice to meet you.
Oh my God, you're so cute. I love you.
You all are
I'll
doing
make
great.
a point to introduce you to snacks later.
Okay, no. If you see a little kobold, just keep walking. Just walk away. Just walk away.
Okay. So,
As I was saying, except for that one. So, make sure to visit me. I'll give you the location. Here's where you can find my quarters if you all need any kind of advice or help in any way.
oh, thank you so much. That's not far from ours. We're just a couple of levels below you in the tower. So,
In every possible way, in fact.
So good luck.
This is a wild interaction.
thought we were all working for the same cause, but starting
we
to
are.
feel a little weird about this.
We're all working for the same individual, that does not mean we're working towards the same ends.
Technically true and incredibly ominous.
Bye, kids.
Oh,
You'll do great.
yeah, little kids.
Just
Maybe
keep your
we'll
heads up.
see you later. Maybe we'll do
Yes.
something together or something.
Feel free to ask any questions if you need any help with anything. Be sure to stop by sometime.
Is that what topping is on that pizza, sir?
Oh, it's just rations, deluxe rations.
Come on.
I want to whisper.
I don't even
to-
have to eat it. I'm just choosing to.
I want to whisper in Druidic to Do on the Grass, their party's druid, just before we leave. Like, hey, find me on our floor if you want to talk. The garden was wild, and I want to talk to someone about it that will appreciate it.
Oh, I can't wait to hear about that.
Oh my goodness.
It sounded, I mean, only just from the rumors that I heard, it sounded amazing.
It was amazing. There was so many satyrs, and we killed them all. Please don't tell your friend.
Okay. And he looks a little, you know, disturbed, but other than that, kind of pulls himself together. And,
Yeah.
so you make your way down to the bottom level where there's an alchemist's lab, and then there's a tinker area, and there's a lot of storage down there. When you make your and you've been, you know, your players have been there many times. When you're making your way into the tinker's sort of space, the door flies open, and just leaving there is someone from one of the other squads. You recognize him as Vordal, a Loxodon wizard, and he's in the squad that calls
sweet.
themselves the Universal Truths.
Dude, Loxodons are awesome. Vordal is his name?
Vordal.
Dude, I love Loxodons. They are so fucking cool. He's a wizard?
He's a wizard, a Loxodon wizard. Loxodons they're sort of like a elephant / humanoid type.
Yup.
This. Oh, hello there. I heard about your crazy garden adventure. How are you? You didn't find any scrolls or magic books or anything? I heard that there was a wizard that crafted the whole garden. Sounds fascinating.
I don't think we found any scrolls or books, did we? I feel certain we only found trinkets. Is that accurate?
Yes. Little things here and there. There was a ring and
You don't have to share the
sword.
loot with them.
I'm just saying they were around. They were around. We may or may not have picked them up or anything, but there was some things there. Yes.
Well, rings and swords are all fine and good, but I'm always interested in papers and ancient spells and things of that nature. I'm always seeking things like that. So if you see any on your next mission, just keep me in mind. I might give you a better price than anyone else here.
Vordar.
Throwing that out there.
Noted.
Vordar, I do have a question.
Yes.
Just because you are so incredibly knowledgeable. Have you ever experienced an area or an effect that, when attempting to detect the magic of it, will show you sort of this universe? It was all of them, all the time. It was honestly kind of gave me like an optical headache. I've never experienced such a wide amount of magic. It wasn't specific, it was everything all the time. Does that make any sense to you?
Why, I don't think I've ever experienced that before. So you would cast Detect Magic, as we
Correct.
all know. Simple spell, and you saw all 8 schools?
All 8 schools, all of the time.
Right, I'm going to write that one down.
Yes.
I'd like to learn more about that. Well, very well. Good to see you all. Once again, remember, scrolls and magic books, those are the things for me. Enjoy your day, and I shall see you soon, I'm sure. So, he makes his way, and now you make your way into the tinker area, where it's like a little. It's almost a little store. I mean, this is a small community, but they have a counter, and it very much looks like a store you would see in a shop. And before you, a woman gnome who you known as Emira Waggleneedle, and she's like, "Oh, come in, come in, come in! I heard all about what happened. Come in, come in! Graxim, get up here!" And the other tinkerer, Graxim Sapplewhipple, who you know as well, comes up to the comes up to the front. Is like, "Ah, yes, hello. I heard a few things about your last mission and some magical forest or garden or something of some sort.
Who snitched about our mission to literally everyone in here?
Oh, well, it was Snacks, of course. As soon as Snacks running about the Citadel, telling everyone everything. That's some
Gets in her cups, yes.
running about, you know?
I do have something I believe you two might find interesting. And I put the hilt of the sword, my laser sword, on the counter, and I'm like, don't point it at your face.
Oh my... What is this artifact or relic of some strange civilization I've never seen?
Hit the switch.
When he hits the switch... And he's just like, "This is a marvel!" And you start swinging it around, like you back up, you know, and Amira's like, "Put that away! Just stop that! Stop messing around with that!" It's like, "Oh, all right." And puts it down. All right.
I'll let you train with it later, Graxum. And just wink at him and put it back on my belt.
Okay. Well, that's good. Well, tell me what you besides this, it seems like you've already have a pretty good handle, you might say. Get it? You have a good handle on it. Tell me what are some of the things that you found in this enchanted the enchanted forest?
Grath.
Well, there was a lot of leaves and
Grath. The ring Grath.
And okay, well, there was also I mean, it's nothing. It's very simple. And she takes this ring out from her pocket and presents it to them as she describes. It's simple, not you know, just.
Oh, it's not simple at all.
I believe they'll let us know if it's simple or not.
Yeah.
Why? And he does a few little puts it on the counter, does a few little incantations on it, as you would recognize as an identify spell, and he's like, "Why, this is a great ring indeed. This is what you would call a ring of protection."
Oh, well, that makes sense. Yes, I may or may not have slipped it on a finger, and it made me feel a lot more secure and safe. Good to know. Thank you.
So you now have a ring of protection +1.
Ooh.
Party.
Dope.
What else might you have?
Grath, the sword.
Okay, yes. Also, this long sword, and she pulls it out of the bag of holding. Here, what can you tell us about this weapon here?
This is a magical sword indeed. Yes. You have a long sword +1 now. And we now have 2 fate points. So thank you everyone for
Yay, thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Leaf,
thanks.
can you use a sword?
Mm-hmm. He nods. I've been trained in the sword, yes.
You should
Oh.
take it.
Yes. Leaf,
What kind
it's
of
all
sword is
yours.
It's a long sword +1.
You can't use that. Sorry.
What?
I mean, you can. You just don't get any bonuses to it.
I get nothing for it. I have to be proficient with it. So if it's a monk weapon, even with my dedicated weapon feature, I need to be proficient in it so I can use it. So Leaf looks at the sword and says, "This might be a bit too heavy for some of the techniques that I use." And he hands it back and he says, I'm sure someone else could get more use out of this.
I mean, Grath, you obviously know your way around a blade. We've seen it on occasion.
I don't want to. I'm okay. The arrows are good enough. I like the distance. Somebody else, please take this blade. Besides Snacks.
Now she's got her little axe.
Oh, we need to.
When she's asleep, maybe somebody like swap it out with like a similar looking one or something. That thing is cursed.
The last time I tried to shake something from Snacks while she was asleep, she bit off my finger.
Oh.
I fixed it.
I
Young
remember that.
lady, you're a ranger, are you not?
Huh?
You're
What
a
about-
ranger, as far as I remember.
All right, I'll take this blade. I'll take it. Fine. Nobody else. All right. I'm a ranger. I need a blade.
Yeah, I mean, there could be close quarters. You know, you might need it. Better have a +1 sword than not have a sword at all.
Okay.
Quite.
Thank you. Well,
Now, what about any trinkets or baubles that you might have found? There's a gleam in his eye. Anything else, perhaps?
Grath turns to the group and just. What about that trinket, that amulet that Snacks had?
Still on her. She's asleep.
Yes.
I
She
did
at
see
least
her
mentioned-
wearing something. She flew by too fast for me to cast anything on it, but it did look interesting. Maybe next time we'll find out.
We'll bring
She's
her
also-
by.
Yeah. Do we have anything else? DM, do we have other stuff? I do not remember.
I mean,
I thought it was a cloak from like way back in the March to Gaxmore, and I don't remember.
I don't even remember the cloak.
I thought there was one. I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm
and-
looking. Yeah, I
Those were
only know
the
I only know the
sword-
things that I have and equipped. So
Yeah.
I have nothing.
Sword in the ring.
Yeah,
with the
same. I don't have anything.
Found some jewelry along the way. If you there were some gems. Remember on your way into the garden?
Yes.
There were some gems in the little river.
Ooh.
But as far as I recall, because I hit everything with detect magic multiple times, they didn't radiate magic. But sure, we could show it to them on the off chance they do, in fact.
Right. Well, they do not. So look them over and these are this is worth 250. This is worth 150. I'll take them off your hands, or you could just have them yourself. Maybe they could be magical components for a spell. Put them on you.
I have a question for you, friend. Do you have any interesting wares to show us?
Ah, well, that depends. What might you be looking for?
I turn and look at Karina and Leaf, and I'm like, my friends have not been quite so blessed in our travels as we. Anything that might appeal to a druidic or monk sensibility.
Well, let me think about that. You know, we here we get all sorts of different items that come through from all the different planes of existence that everyone visits. I do love living here on this citadel and the access to so many wonderful different magical items that just go through my fingers. Anyway, all right. Let me see. Monk. We'll start with you, Orc Man. What kind of things I heard you mention weapon craft. Tell me about your weapon craft. What kind of weapon are you looking for? And maybe I can help you with that. Speak up!
Don't rush him.
What
Yeah.
about you?
No, we're talking about Leaf now.
Well, he's
Correct.
thinking. He's taking a long time to think.
You know, I suppose I could benefit from maybe some repair on these. And Leaf, for the first time, you see him pull out one of his weapons that he has, which is a pair of nunchaku. He just pulls it out from the inside of the folds of his robes and just holds it up. And you notice you can see that it's a little loose. He goes and kind of pulls on it a little bit and says, this could probably use a little, I suppose, updating. And by the way, Jason, just so you know, they use the club, like simple weapon club. It's just a flavor of club, basically.
Okay, okay, great.
So he says, but aside from that, I don't really use weapons. And then he slides it back into the folds of his the top of his like clothing and just tightens his belt a little bit and says,
Well, Amira actually says, "Oh, I could spruce those up for you too. Maybe add a little magical enchantment. What do you think?"
Sure, yes. I suppose I could benefit from that.
I've never actually had a chance to add an enchantment to a club such as this. It's almost like a morning star, but with two handles.
Yes, not quite as designed to be lethal, but could be, I suppose, in the right hands.
Well, let me. How about this? If you give me a few days, I will. I will give them back to you good as new and maybe even better than new. What do you think of that? Can you do without them for a little while?
Of course, yes. He hands them over and says, "See what you can do."
Very well. I will. Give me some time. I'll work on them and get them back to you. And Graxum says, she's the best. She will. I guarantee you that it'll be better than ever. Her magic has never let anyone down just yet. So, what about you, Madam Druid? What might you be looking for? Maybe
More spells or magical armor, please. Clothing, jewelry. I don't like weapons. 'Cause touching people with metal is fine for others and not for me.
Well, let me see. And he's taking a look. He takes a look at what you're wearing now that I'm about to do.
She'll do a twirl.
Yeah. Oh, but you're wearing a chain shirt.
Yeah.
But that's metal, you said.
I meant like a weapon. And she like kind of shows off that she has a little scimitar in her hip, and the way she picks it up lets you know that she very rarely touches it. Like,
Oh, well then maybe how about this? That chain shirt, I think I may have one that fits you better and protects you a bit better. What do you think of that?
okay.
So he goes to the back and he's rumbling through everything, and you hear like no, that's not there. Smash. You hear smashing, you hear clanging. You hear like, well, wait, where is it? And he finally, after about 5 minutes, comes back to the front, and he has this very elaborate looking black chain shirt that almost glimmers a little bit. And he's like,
It's beautiful.
That's beautiful. Does it come in blue?
hold on. All right. 5 more minutes. Rumbling through, blah 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 blah. Then smash, bang, crash. Now he comes back with another chain shirt that is blue with a green symbol on the front though that you've never seen before. It's like a green. It's a simple green chevron.
What's this little bit on the front?
I'm not entirely sure. It's probably from maybe it's from somewhere in the long distant past of the Forgotten Realms or something near the Dragon Coast. I think it's probably nothing. It's nothing to worry about. It's from a long ancient civilization that's long since passed. No one will ever recognize that or think that it could be any sort of danger to you, I'm sure. I mean, the benefits that come with it are way beyond what this chevron could mean to someone somewhere. I'm sure it's fine.
I mean, I am for sure going to take this, but may I roll an insight check?
Yeah.
Oh no, I rolled so badly. 11.
We have 2 fate points. You could always re-roll.
Oh, this is not where I burn a fate point. Sure. Can't imagine why this would ever come up later. I'll take it.
Great. And he gives it to you, and you now have a +1 chain shirt.
Oh, thank you.
Always willing to help out the people that work here, for the larger items, of course, I'm going to have to charge you, but this
Of course.
time, I thought, for these items, free of charge, just for, living here in the community. So I'm not going to harp on this, but when you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. So any new things that you find along the way, please let me, if you don't mind, take a look and perhaps pick something later. What do you think?
Absolutely.
Great.
I like Gaxx.
And he is interested in those gems that you find, those non-magical gems that you found in the river. So he's kind of like hoping that you can kind of get the idea that
It's worth staying on their good side, yes.
100%.
Yeah.
this
thank
is
you.
so-
All right. We can
Oh, look.
flush into
These
many
gems we don't need.
Yes. Well, yes, we can fashion these into many different items in the future, and they're always good for magical components and things of that nature. So,
Absolutely.
you might want to take those potions over to Ceslo, the alchemist. He may want to take a look, or perhaps just keep them yourself. I'm not really sure. He could have some extra things for you as well. We'll trade.
Well, Grath turns to the group. Shall we go visit Ceslo, or anybody
Sure.
want any potions, some alchemy?
Sure, let's go.
Okay.
Wait, by the way, in the process of spreading, again, every element of our very classified mission, I hope Snacks at least just been telling everyone we're Team 1 now. If
Well, I mean, it seems like now there's no more numbers. Everyone has a name. So I know you're the Gaxx Pack. There's the Gaxx Pack. There's Gid's Kids. There's the Universal Truths, and then there's the Fabulous Five. In what order they're in, it doesn't make any difference to me.
Oh,
was so
such sore
diplomatic.
losers. They're no longer the top, so they just changed the system, right?
Ganser did say that we were Team 1, so...
Well, you're Team 1 in my heart. That's for sure.
Oh,
They gave me these little baubles that I can do all sorts of things with. I'm super excited to be working on them.
Okay, well, thank you so much for all of the information and telling us everything we needed to hear. I hope those gems help you. I think we'll be on our way now.
And Emira says to Leaf, come, give me about a week. This will be, I guarantee you will love it.
Yes, thank you. Either way, it's been a pleasure.
Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Take care.
Leaf seems rather indifferent. He just kind of says, "Thank you."
And you would know that that Ceslo Stormhoof is the alchemist here, and he's a minotaur. It's odd that it's a minotaur alchemist, but that is who
we are historically very good at hanging out with minotaurs. This will be fun. Let's go to the.
We don't like to pass judgment about what someone is supposed to be. I'm supposed to be alive, so...
Well, yes. Let's go bother Ceslo.
Let's do that. Yeah, agreed. But on the way over to the alchemist, Grath kind of like leans over to Karina. That shirt you got, it's amazing, but just be aware of the symbol. I don't know what the history behind that could be, but knowing our luck, that's that. Just keep an eye out for the properties of that item.
Grath, trouble finds us no matter where we go. Might as well, kind of flag it down so it doesn't sneak up on us.
Well, on occasion, trouble just sleeps in for the day, like Snacks is.
There you go.
Oh gosh, you're right.
But
Sorry.
I appreciate your concern, Grath.
All right, Karina. I overthink things. I'm sorry. We're almost there.
You have nothing to apologize for.
It pays to be prepared and to think ahead.
I constantly assume everyone's trying to kill me.
On your way over to the alchemist's area, you recall that because he's a minotaur, he actually made a mini labyrinth that you have to go through every time to get to his office.
Not a good.
I love the spot. I don't even like buying potions. I just like going through the maze. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Okay, look, I'm just gonna. I always forget this, but Grath is just gonna kind of like lean down and look for the tracks to see the most well-worn path through this labyrinth to get to this dang Minotaur's shop.
Yeah, you're not full up on mazes by now with what we've been through as of late.
Not even a little bit.
The
I think
more
we took the coward's way out by just going left the whole time.
Oh, maybe we should do that. Yeah.
I mean, eventually those lefts become rights, yes.
What's the fun in that?
You know, I'm just gonna do what I know, and Grath just leans down and like, want to just, a little investigation to see if we could find the correct path through this labyrinth.
I feel like every time we do it the good way, we miss, and maybe there's like a riddle or something this time.
The maze is the riddle. Like, there's nothing.
Isn't that minotaurist to assume there's a riddle? Like perhaps he just
That would
likes
be
having this aesthetic.
sphinxist.
Why would it be sphinxist? He's a minotaur.
Oh, okay. Leaf agrees with me on this.
Leaf
Right,
agrees
Leaf?
with you
And I
on
slap.
everything when he's listening.
Leaf, are you not listening to me again?
Let's just walk and talk, y'all. Let's go.
Yep, you make your way left. Do you turn on your laser sword, Thanato, or just?
No, again, I respect the Minotaur. I'm not going to mess up his hedge, although I am going to put my finger on the left wall and make my way through it.
I mean, it's not a hedge;
Yeah.
it's 6 stone, so
Yeah, no, I'm not going to mess up his thing. He's got a thing he's after here. Although I do let Grath follow the tracks to see if we can figure our way in and out, though.
Is it floor to ceiling?
It is. It's floor to ceiling. Grath, if you'd like to make a I suppose a survival check, you could maybe make your way through.
Ooh, I got a +5 to that.
I'll give you guidance on it.
Ooh, that was a D4, right?
Like
Yeah,
we
yeah, yeah.
literally just left this party. Now we're back into this.
Yay.
Ooh. I got a really bad roll. I got 11 plus 3. Ooh, 14. I guess I'm just a little fried from all this tracking.
Yeah, maybe just go to the left.
Okay, and then Grath just kind of falls behind Thanato and just follows him to the left. This is a good strategy, Thanato. I should listen to your advice a little more.
Ooh, grow
Stop.
talk.
And then keep going.
On your way there, when you feel like you're about to turn the last corner, you hear a violent explosion coming from up ahead.
Oh, great. Perfect timing. Is he concocting things again, or?
Sounds like some sort of progress is being made.
We should be more concerned. And Karina's gonna pick up the pace a little bit.
Yep.
Let's go.
I very much do kind of pick the shield up a little bit as we're moving forward. There might be splashback when we get here.
Grath stays behind the Thanato and everybody.
So as you make your way into the open area, which is clearly the alchemist's workshop, here's the scene. You see a large stone table in the middle of the room, and out from it is just a giant explosion blast of black. Everything is just black and sooty, and standing on the other side of the table is a minotaur. The minotaur is Ceslo, seemingly somewhat unharmed, yet covered in some sort of gray black explosion. There's smoke everywhere. He's holding the ends of two beakers that have broken off, and he looks up at you and says, well, that didn't go very well.
Are you okay?
harmed?
No, we're fine. We're fine. But how about you? Are you okay? Do you need healing or something? Or
I think I may need some healing, actually. And you notice that he's bleeding in a couple of spots.
I don't heal him, but I do prestidigitate the goo off of him. There you are, good as new.
Grath turns beseechingly to Eric, or I'm sorry, Leaf and Karina. Can you perhaps help out Mr. Stormhoof here?
Hold still. And Leaf will approach him and just warm his hands up for a second, and then places his hands upon like his shoulders and just starts to pull forth his breath. And I will heal him. Spend another.
Give
point
you a
to
punch
key.
of heal.
Oh.
I shall spend another point to key and heal him for 1d6.3. Here we go. I'm rolling. That's a 5 plus 3 is 8 points of healing
Nice.
as I punch him back to feeling better.
Love it. I
What
love
an
your healing so
odd-
much.
What an odd sensation. to
Let's
be-
not make this weird. And Leaf just pats him on the shoulder.
to be
Now
attacked,
then,
yet
are you better? Do you feel better?
I feel slightly better. I may go visit one of the clerics.
A good idea.
Let me. What? I assume you're back from a mission. Did you acquire anything that I might be interested in? As you could probably guess, my wares are thin as of late. And you look over on either side are all these shelves where there were potions, and now the explosion seems to have taken care of all of. They're just broken potion bottles everywhere.
Mr. Stormhoof, yes, we do have some items for you to check out and possibly take off our hands. However, have you ever considered storing your potions in a more safe location?
Well, you have to go through a labyrinth to get here. What's safer than a labyrinth?
That's what I always say.
We can verify they're rather easily circumvented.
Karina's gonna like sit up on a counter, and I'm gonna cast Healing Spirit, and this big transparent constellation of a bear goes up and just sort of headbutts and is gonna hang out and is just gonna keep healing a d6 of damage on him as long as he gets out.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Butter him up with a spell so we can get some deals.
Yeah, that feels so much better.
Yeah.
To answer your question, I do actually have some potions stored elsewhere in one of the storing rooms here in the Citadel. So these were just the things I was working on.
Okay. Well, we do have a few potions we found on our garden adventure. Here, and Grath takes out the haste potion and the invisibility potion that they found.
I could certainly use these, but I assume you could too.
Possibly.
Yeah, wait. Are we selling them? We should keep those.
Oh.
I don't actually know why we're here, but it seems like worth checking in to say hi.
Oh, I just wanted to come because I like going through the labyrinth.
Yes, I don't think I've seen you since you told me about those minotaurs that you met. That was quite a funny story to me.
Yes.
Minotaurs without a labyrinth. It's quite funny. In fact, makes me laugh every time I think of it.
I love
They
Susie.
were laughable, yes.
Yeah. Well, Grath turns to the group. Just shall we just keep these then? Do you think
Oh
they'll come in?
yeah.
I think you should.
Oh.
Come check with me. Let me clean this up. Check with me before you go on your next mission, and I may have something for you to take along.
Okay. Good idea. I guess we'll just be on our way. Please be more careful, Mr. Stormhoof.
I'll try.
Alchemy is exploration in and of itself. For what it's worth, you don't die in a horrific explosion for some time.
Oh, that's so good for you.
But that is how I die eventually.
Oh, I think I hear Ganzerk summoning us. We're needed elsewhere. Apologies, friend. Is there... Yes, we're just going to. And I kind of take Karina by the arm. One more time through the maze, darling.
Yep,
One more
okay.
time.
Hold on, my bear. And the bear like follows.
Oh, the bear doesn't stay with them?
I think the bear headbutted him for like 30 seconds and is gonna follow us out and dissipates by the end of a minute.
Take care. And Grath just follows. Grath also takes the notebook out and just draws like the path on like a piece of paper of the labyrinth, like trying to figure out to map this thing as she gets out of there with them.
Oh, Grath, you know, he changes it every time, right? It's a magical labyrinth.
Well, maybe I can decipher the patterns or something.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yes.
You just keep your finger on the left wall and you get there eventually.
Spoil sport.
So you guys make your way out of the labyrinth, and you're back in the Great Hall, and the captain of the guard approaches you. Odan, O-D-A-N. He's a male Githyanki, and he says, Gaxx Pack. Well, at least most of you. Ganzer would like to see you up in his chambers as soon as you can.
I've foreseen this moment.
Ah, yes, you and your portents. I know about that. But you know, out in the real world, portents don't mean crap. When it's you and a sword and armor, that's really what it's all about. It's just
I drop my shield and I drop my sword and I hold my hands out and I just say, kill me right now if you can. Strike me down. Do it now. You will miss. Come, do it. And I turn my back to him. I'm like, I won't even look at you. Come, do it now.
Do it.
Thanato always joking around with me. Come on, you know I can't do that. I'm the
not
captain of
joking
the
at all.
guard. We work together. I can't do that.
I turn and look at him. I'm like, tell everyone I attacked you. And I push him. Do it. Strike me down. Come,
Do it, coward.
Okay. Grath just
watches.
stands in
Oh
between.
no, I am gonna grab Grath out of the way. Nope. That's how you
I
become
promise
one.
not to move.
You know,
Come on, Odan, you talked a lot of shit.
I don't want to lose my job over this.
You couldn't.
Believe me, you won't.
You're gonna miss.
All right, you broke you twisted my arm, and he takes his sword and he takes a swing at you.
I've foreseen this moment. He gets a 1.
Yeah.
And not only does he take a swing at you, but for some reason, right when he takes that swing, he trips over himself. But there was like a magical ghost or something that tripped him, and all of a sudden he's face down on the ground, on the floor, just like portents.
I make a point to step over him and say, the future's already written, friend. Just some of us can read it in advance. And go towards Ganzerk.
He's not going to forget that.
Come on, Grath, you have to admit that was very funny.
That was actually really good. That was really good. Take care, Odin. Apologies. As she walks by, just quickly.
All right, he tries to get himself back together. You guys make your way up to the middle tower, the main tower, and on your way up there, you pass Narlak, who is one of the other Githzerai anarchs that helps pilot the ship. He's very, very serene and calm, and sees you and gives you a slight nod as you pass by, very respectful nod as you're going up the stairs and he's going down. And that's one of the few times that Narlak has ever acknowledged you, so it kind of makes you feel pretty good. And now you're up in Ganzerg's chambers, and on the outside, and he's like, "Hey, Gaxx Pack, come in here. How I saw Snacks already. She told me all about your mission.
What a little snitch.
She's apparently been doing that.
Yeah, I mean, it's over, so I guess it's all right to tell people. I mean, it's a little unorthodox, but we're all amongst friends here, and now everyone knows what happened in that crazy garden. So, how you guys feeling?
Like you owe us a lot more coin. We were there for
Where is Snacks
years.
anyway? Where's that little kobold? That little bundle of joy? Where's she at?
Snacks is resting and sleeping off this journey that we just took, which was a lot longer and more intensive in the scope of work than was anticipated. So, Ganzerg, if you may, can we discuss payment?
Well,
Again. Bonus.
Again? I mean, what? You want more?
Yes, a bonus payment. I'm sorry. It was not what we expected. Our lives were once again threatened multiple times, like you didn't prepare us for, and I would like to request possibly a bonus.
Or at least superior terms going forward.
We can talk about that. I got another mission for you. It's great. I'll give you a better deal this time.
Oh my god. Thank you, Ganzerg. All right, fine. What is this next mission that you have?
How about this? Before we even go over what the mission is there anything else that I can do for you besides money? I mean, that's kind of my motivation here, to raise money, to get more troops, to try to get this whole gift thing together.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But anything I can do for you? Any
Yes.
place we need to stop off on or anything else like that beforehand? We can go anywhere.
Toril. I need to go back to Toril for a bit. Not long.
Wait. Aren't you from there?
Mm-hmm.
Coral.
Mm-hmm.
What's on Toril?
Is it revenge? We'll destroy anyone you want, friend. Keep your conscience clear. Let ours get dirty.
No one I seek revenge against, no.
What do you need to do there? I mean, we can go anywhere.
Personal business.
Well, how long is it going to take? I mean, I got this other thing I really want you to do.
Maybe a few hours.
Oh, a few hours? Sure, we can do that.
Going to go alone?
Probably, yes.
And here's the deal. As you know, this ship, we kind of, wherever we appear, we sort of blight the area. It's not pretty. It's that whole negative energy thing and all that.
This would defeat the purpose of why I wish to go back to Toril for a short time.
Probably what we can do. Where do you need to go in Toril exactly?
This is a small village.
Is it near any coastline or anything like that?
It's close to the Sword Coast, yes.
Because, if I blight over the ocean, it's not as bad.
No, I don't want to spread any blight on my return. Is it something you simply can't portal me to? I
mean, I guess I could, you know what? I got an idea. We can be a certain level over top, right? And then I can teleport you down. That's what we can do. And then there's no blight on the area other than up in the sky, which will eventually dissipate. So you give me the coordinates. We'll go there right now if it's all the same to everybody else.
Well, the good news is, if this goes terribly wrong and he unintentionally blights your land, the person we need to get revenge on is him. So the path will be very straightforward.
Leaf just rubs his neck and says, "So long as you don't cause any harm, I don't see any problems with this."
Okay, well, we'll take off right away.
Leaf, is there any universe in which
I didn't catch that.
Anything right now?
Leaf, is there any universe in which you tell us what you're gonna do?
It's not important for everybody to know, really. It's just a small personal matter I just wanted to take care of.
I
Come on.
know.
Karina,
Let's
well,
not pry.
I know I shouldn't. He's so secretive.
in time he'll share, I'm sure.
He won't. He's so stoic. And like Karina, like kind of.
Leaf is
lets
standing here
go.
listening to all of this. He's just nodding and saying,
I need to know his secrets.
Are you sure you don't want any accompaniment to Toral, Leaf?
It's.
I mean,
really
it would be a
necessary.
fun journey for all of us to explore somewhere. I'm sure Toral is by the coast, so it's got to be a beautiful land for us all to, explore.
I won't tell you no, but if someone decides to challenge your darkness or something, he turns to Thanato and he's, "Can I get some kind of guarantee that you're not going to be offended if someone tells you can't kill them very quickly?"
I mean, I am not the best student of Orcish custom, but would not such words be actively inviting destruction? I mean, I feel I would be within my rights to strike them down.
Invited.
Leaf's face falls and he says, "No, we're not going to see orcs.
Oh.
Never returning." He shakes his head and he says, "That will never happen."
Where are we going?
I promise I won't slay anyone without checking with you first.
I suppose that's acceptable.
It's pretty good.
God, don't hold your breath.
All right.
So we can go?
It's a town called Restview. It's on the Sword Coast.
Yay.
Prefer not to appear too close by for the blight reasons, but also because these people are not used to seeing things like all of this.
Yeah, I can. I'll just hover over top of it, like a mile up. Boom, teleport you down.
In that case,
Alax
we'll
here
not
this
do-
week. I got an extra teleporter. It's great.
All right. This will take a lot less than a few hours then.
I mean, what? But can you get? I mean, do you, anything more about the coordinates or?
Just that it's. If you show me a map of Toral, I can point it out. Shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, he pulls out a
Hmm.
Hold on, he goes into like his little area. I mean, I got an old one. I don't know. Is this? Take a look at this. Tell me what you think.
What is
hardly
a water deep?
It's a very large, very troubled place. And where we are going is here. And he points it's about like 12 miles from the coastline itself.
Near Waterdeep, or
No, it's far south of Waterdeep. It's on the Sword Coast, but it's not near Waterdeep. It's not near any major city.
like how far? Like down, like south of Candlekeep, or
Yeah, maybe a little south of Candlekeep. So it's pretty far south. It is on the Sword Coast, but it is not near Waterdeep or any major city.
I mean,
It's literally a small out of nowhere town. Population of about maybe 3,000.
He's the country orc. He
Yeah.
can't survive.
can you at least tell me like what you're gonna do there? I mean, I don't like
Why?
because
Lee
you're a
finally
valuable,
looks annoyed.
you're a valuable asset to this company.
Genzer, so you know how you refrained from sharing details with us in the past? How about You just
Constantly.
let us have this.
Oh my god! I mean, okay, I refrain from details because I'm your boss, right? Like you can't really refrain from any details from me because you work for me.
But we're
that's
your
not-
#1 team, remember?
Leaf raises his hand for a moment and says, "This isn't work.
Yeah.
And working for you does not give you rights to my personal life.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh god!
Why is this so difficult for you to understand?
Because I gotta move a giant moving.
Then say
cat.
no, but don't trouble me with this."
Ooh.
He Ganzer looks at Thanato and he's like, he gives you like the what's the deal with this guy look. Like trying to get sympathy from you for some
I just lean in and I say, he asks for very little. Perhaps you should grant his request and let's be about it.
All right already. Fine, let's do it. You got how many hours you need?
Possibly 20 minutes.
20 minutes. All right. We'll go with, I mean, are you ready now? Y'all rested up? You need to take a long rest or anything?
It's fine. I can go now.
Okay, let's go right now. And let's take a 10-minute break, and we'll be right back, everybody. Thanks for watching.
Don't go nowheres. Violence.
Silence.
No.
So Krull is not your average turtle. Turtles are traditionally these dopey monk-like, slow-moving characters, and Krull, I wanted Krull to resemble a snapping turtle, or snapping turtle. Beaked, sharp spikes on the back of the shell, and the shell has been carved with draconic runes and prayers to Tiamat. And that comes out of his story, which was he was sent by the Turtles to defeat Archon. And Archon bested him, but spared his life as long as he gave his life over to fight for the Dragon Queen, and he accepted. And since then, it's this kind of fear, but he's also a fanatic now. And I think, but yeah, I think a lot of what he does is rooted in fear. You know, I wouldn't say there is a part Renfield to him. And another pop culture reference I would make would be like a Dr. Mindbender. And he's always scheming. He's coming up with, if anyone was a G.I. Joe fan growing up, he was the Cobra scientist who was working to try to figure out how to bring Serpentor back to, to existence and create this genetic. So, Krull is always searching for some elixir that's going to help Archon fight off Vecna's influence as the necrotic energy of the hand grows up his arm into his body. Krull has commissioned some group of adventurers to bring him back a baby unicorn horn that he's going to grind up into a powder that he's going to feed to Archon somehow and stave off the necrotic energy. He's checking in with the artifact squads to check their progress to see if anyone's found the eye or found some leads on the eye of Vecna or any other sorts of weapons that could help Archon in his quest, Tiamat and the Dragon armies for their quest. So, very highly intelligent. I mean, he's also super strong. He's got a 20 strength and he swings this giant two-handed maul that has frost capabilities. And so he's a very fearsome fighter. Always surrounded by the dead, and he wears this white, like a white grease paint over his face, so that he looks like a skeleton. Like you would think he was undead at first glance, but he isn't. It's if that could give him some sort of advantage over an opponent that stumbled upon him. But there's always these zombies and whites and the undead around him. He's always experimenting on the dead.
Spurt, the kobold, briefly serving as the guide to the Mighty Nine, led them down a tunnel of the Underdark, and then, as the Mighty Nine were chit-chattering, kind of went off ahead on his own, and entered a big giant cave that had two fire giants. Now, Spurt is a CR 1/8 monster. Fire giants each are like a CR 9 monster. So he threw his bag of bees at one of them, and it did what you would expect a bag of bees to do. It just plopped down in this little bzzz, no effect whatsoever. And then one of the giants just smushed him. Spurt showed up for 15 minutes actually in an episode that was kind of very straight up to that point. So he was like this humorous interlude, I guess, for lack of a better term. So the fact that he was humorous, the fact that he wasn't live there for very long, so you only got to enjoy him for a brief period of time, I think that won a lot of people over. And then Chris Dupuis, one of the people who works on the creative side of Idle Champions, said, hey, this little guy, he's something. We can make something out of this. Do you mind if we take that ball and run with it? And then they made it. And then they had their little gifts that they did showing Spurt being smashed with the big hammer, and it's like, yes. Why do they fall in love with Spurt so much? Because he tries. You know, life has dealt him a cruel hand. He is a kobold who has never seen the light, and life down in the Underdark is a horror show for the most part. Yet, you know, he's managed to live 11 days and done pretty well for himself in that time, and he seems like an upright little guy. I think the fact that he's small, that he's unabashedly harmless, and that he's got all these fun little toys that can surprise and delight makes him an easy sell. There's just something kind of pathetic and likable about kobolds in general. Because they are on the absolute weakest spectrum of humanoid life. It's like you can't find a humanoid character really who's any weaker than a kobold. Weaker than a kobold would be a terrible insult.
Something is out there. It's massive, dangerous, and untamed. Prepare to bravely face Wildlands. Savage new wilderness gaming terrain by Dwarven Forge. Immerse your players in an epic gaming experience like no other. Launching August 9th.
The assassin
with a face like a cherubim, no need to roll twice. I'm using all the dice, custom towers, and when I wizard multi-class with spell power sharp as glass, I'm burning slots like I'm throwing cash. Didn't excavate the room when I cast it, spell of doom. 'Cause this is how I roll my hits critical.
Working with Idle Champions has been so much fun because it's a different version of Archon. It's like a cartoon coloring book version of Archon, which is really, really fun. So seeing the artwork originally for Little Archon in the game, the way that he walks across the screen with his shield and he breathes fire, and then even the way that Chungo the Manticore comes down at different points. It's so much fun. I mean, you can only dream to have a character of yours then immortalized in that way and playable and unlockable in a video game. The Archon and Idle Champions currently is an earlier version of Archon, so a pre-Hand of Vecna Archon. How did Archon get the Hand of Vecna? Archon was sent out by Tiamat over the course of a decade to go and retrieve artifacts for her. So Tiamat would appear to Archon in dreams, and she would reveal to him the location of a great weapon that could help him, or a great suit of armor. Like the axe that he carries belonged to a general of Asmodeus and was buried inside of his tomb. And so Archon went on this adventure to find that axe of Asmodeus. And so Tiamat would appear to him in dreams, and she did the same to him in terms of this kind of extinction event that was potentially about to happen, where Vecna had teleported huge pieces of land from the Shadowfell and armies and animated this giant long dead titan and was inside of this mile-high structure, juggernaut, going to destroy everything in its path. And so Archon was sent there in order to stop Vecna from destroying the realm. Archon's entire party was killed, except for him. And he wound up using his charisma to become assimilated into another group that shared the same primary objective, which was to kill Vecna and destroy Vecna and stop Vecna from taking over the prime material plane. Now, what this party didn't know was that Archon had a secondary objective, which was to find out what was allowing Vecna to teleport cities and armies from other planes and bring that back. So during that battle, Archon survived, and towards the end realized that the power was coming from Vecna's hand. So when the battle was won, one of the members of this party that Archon joined was going to die. And so in this very vulnerable moment, the friends were gathered around as he was about to pass, and Archon pulled off this move in this very vulnerable moment. He used their vulnerability against them, and in a quiet moment led them to believe that he was sent to destroy the hand. And he had the power to do so in this axe. And when he raised his hand up and whispered a prayer to Tiamat and everyone looked on, he swung the axe down, chopped his own arm off, replaced it with Vecna's hand, and teleported away. He teleported to Krull, who was waiting for him, who healed him from the battle and opened a door to Avernus, to where Archon went and then had an audience with Tiamat. Tiamat rose this giant tower of obsidian, volcanic rock out of hell, and this 9 layers tower with dragon heads around the top. Archon and Krull then sent for Torragar, and he met them there, and this army formed, this dragon army formed around Archon, who was this champion who had returned with what the dragon cult and the dragon armies believed was the actual cure for Tiamat's imprisonment, that finally someone was going to come along with the power to free her. But Archon needed time to figure out how to use the hand and how to unlock its power. And so he began this series of mental battles with Vecna, where they would meet on this ethereal plane and have these mental face-offs and these mental battles, in which Archon would try to understand Vecna's secrets while Vecna would try to gain control over Archon's mind. That's how Archon got the hand, and that's what he's doing with it now, and that's what he's up to when you as the player characters run into him. He is in the middle of this process trying to free Tiamat.
And welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the second half of the Gaxx pack. We are about to jump back into it, but before we do, let me just thank our sponsors again: World of Chaldea, Dwarven Forge, Sirenscape, and of course, Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. And a reminder, we're almost at our next fate point. If you want to help our characters today, you can contribute for every 3,000 bits. They will get a fate point, which will give them a re-roll that they can use for any check or in combat, which may or may not be happening soon. So we're gonna jump back in, and now we're back. Okay, so Leaf, you want me to take you to Toril, right? To this one spot right here, about 12 miles inland, to this little village. I mean, is this where you? I mean, what? All right, you know what? I'm not gonna ask. I'm just gonna take you there. We're gonna be hovering there. You got 2 hours.
Won't need it, but thank you.
And I'll zap you down. Does anybody else want to go with them?
Karina's hand shoots up.
Yes, of course.
We're all going, yes.
What about Snacks?
She needs to
Gonna
rest.
take a
I think
nap.
she's molting or something. I don't know how kobolds
Want to be
work.
the one to wake up Snacks?
I'm not gonna wake her up.
Yeah. He just
I remember
nods,
putting
like,
your finger back on too.
She's got a talking axe now.
Yes, I
Yeah.
could do
See
without
that
more
thing?
of that as well.
It's
Yes.
crazy. I really want I want the Tinkerers to take a look at that thing and talk to it, but you know, she's just holding on to it tight. I bet she's sleeping with it.
Yeah.
Just let her rest, please. Do not disturb Snacks when she needs to recover.
If you would like this trip to be under 2 hours, we will leave Snacks behind.
I just
Well,
need
you're
to
gonna-
re-VO the clip from Lord of the Rings where Aragorn says, "Do not disturb the water," and just replace it with Snacks.
Right.
Like the desperation in his eyes, like, "Do not disturb the Snacks."
That's about right. Okay, well, for the other, I mean, she better be ready by the time I send you on this other mission.
Well, tell us about the other mission when we get back from this one.
Fine. All right.
Do you want anything from Toril while we're there? Like a snack?
Let me see. I mean, there's not that many gifts down there. I mean, they're around, but it's not really. They're all like scattered about. You know, hey, you know, if you want to bring me back a little gift, surprise me.
Okay, there we go. See, now we're all on board. It's gonna be great. Great 2 hours.
Okay, and of course, with there's no sign whatsoever that you're anywhere else where you were before, but of course, you're now floating a mile above Toril in the mobile adamantine citadel, and Ganzerg says, "Okay, here we are. Well, right above the spot, roughly where you want. I can pop you down right there at the edge of the town if you like."
Yes, let me grab my things so I can be prepared for this.
Okay.
Um, Leaf will just leave momentarily and head back to his quarters real quick.
I would like to attempt to sneak to follow. I'm so nosy.
Okay, roll
Right.
me a stealth check, please.
I don't try and intervene.
I got a dirty 1.
I got a 14 on my perception check. Leaf will pretend like he doesn't see her.
Yes, I'm so sneaky.
You said you got a dirty 1 or a
I did. I got a
31?
2 and it's a -1.
Dirty One should be the name of the show now.
Kinda.
So yeah, he's gonna pretend like he doesn't see her, and he'll just go back to his quarters. And when he goes back into his quarters, he's going to open up his chest and pull out his old cloak and his mask.
What does the mask look like?
So curiously enough, as part of being what he is, which is a monk of the Way of Mercy, one of the traditions of a monk of the Way of Mercy is that they will wear masks to denote what it is that who it is that they are, and it's one of their implements. It's called the merciful mask, and it's something that they usually wear It can be the mask of a raven or a crying visage or a laughing visage or a skull or even a butterfly. But Leaf's is blank and white, which is no less disconcerting, but all the same, it's just a simple wooden mask that has been painted completely white except for the place to see out of.
So it's basically a Michael Myers mask.
I would say it looks more like an unpainted, unmouthed version of what's his name from Spirited Away?
No face.
No face.
No face. He just puts that on and ties it, and then he puts on his cloak and pulls the hood down. It's like a dark, worn, brownish cloak that looks like it's been worn. It's simple. There's nothing special about it.
I think Karina makes a little like squeak at the door, like
Leaf pretends like he doesn't hear it. Yeah.
Yes,
By the way,
I'm so
with your
sneaky. Barrel roll.
yeah, with your one,
Yeah.
following him back to his chambers is almost comical to everyone else. Like you're stubbing your toe. You're kicking everything. You try to lean against the wall and you knock a painting off. Like you make so much noise, but you are convinced that you are sneaky, and your only confirmation is the fact that Leaf is acting like he doesn't hear you or see you.
You throw yourself up against the walls. I walk past.
I was gonna say that. Just full hippo cronk, living my best life.
And I'll go back to the dude, and just as he approaches wearing all of his stuff, he says, "I'm ready now." I would say this, Karina. You did see he also grabbed a bag of platinum.
Ooh, cool. Noted.
Wow, you're looking spiffy there. I kind of like that.
The time it's taken you to say all the irrelevant things you have said to me in the past 20 minutes, this could have been done already.
What the? Fine. He snaps his fingers.
Okay, yes.
And bam! The four of you are teleported down to the edge of this town. And Eric, you're going to take me on this journey because you know about this town more than me. So tell us what's going on.
It is the picturesque, like Forgotten Realms level 1 town. So cobbled stone roads that have grass sprouting out from between from lack of repair over the many years that this town has been here. Thatched roofs, but also wooden frames in all of the houses. Old fountains. It looks like this place was probably built with a sense of security, but it has since, over the hundreds of years it has stood, has probably endured all of the trials and tribulations that come with being a commoner on the Sword Coast, from orc raids, hint, hint, to any number of things that have taken place here over the past couple of hundred years, from the spell plague to the Avatar events that took place. Like this is the quiet living that would be taking place here in the Forgotten Realms. It's like I said, about population about 3,000. So when we arrive, there's a lot of town activity. People driving their carts through town, calling out. You hear fresh bread being shouted out to a couple of people, kids running along the roadways, dogs barking, the whole bit. Like as we appear here, you see the essence of what is an attempt at normality in a realm that is somewhat dangerous to travel outside. Leaf pulls the cloak down a little bit. And for anybody who's around Leaf, unfortunately, because his mask is on, you couldn't really see the trepidation that he's starting to experience. But he does secure that bag on the side, and he kind of pulls his cloak around and looks at all of you and just says, "If you plan on following me in, I would ask that you try to make yourselves a little less noticeable. Otherwise, I can be quick. I can be quick about this otherwise."
Thanato does kind of pull his hood up because he is used to like drow days, but he's still, instead of looking like an undead drow, he looks like a brigand, but he does try.
Karina's gonna wild shape into just like a little mastiff, like a town dog.
Okay.
And just walk it heel with you.
All right.
Graph is actually just going to be off to the side.
Leaf smiles at that. By the way, I should point out, like, Leaf will look at you, Grath, and be like, tieflings are quite common. It's nothing you have to worry about.
Oh, thank you, Leaf.
It was an
Appreciate that.
interesting place. It looks so quiet and provincial. A lot of large rats. Why do so many towns have rat problems that lower level adventurers have to sort out?
That's a good question.
I was drinking.
and
my
just at
tea,
that moment,
sir.
oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, at that moment you see a fighter in leather armor and a wooden shield and a short sword chasing a giant rat into a basement.
See, there's always in.
But you know what? One day that fighter is going to be somebody who changes the face of Toril.
Oh no, not that fighter. In roughly a week, he's going to come across a giant rat and things are going to go poorly for him. But conceptually, yes, I agree with you. We all start somewhere.
Leaf will stick close to Karina because the truth of the matter is his current visage right now might be a little spooky or disconcerting, especially because I'm an outsider wandering into this town with this group. But if I have a nice doggo next to me, it might actually make people a little more relaxed. So Leaf follows along next to Karina. Does not treat Karina like a pet though. Like just walks next to Karina. And
We'll occasionally do like the shoulder bump and like
okay.
her tail's wagging. She can't help it. She
Okay.
is pleased.
And yeah, we'll move into the town. And you tell me when to stop anytime, Jason. But like, essentially, walking in, I imagine the townsfolk don't react with hostility, but there are a lot of looks walking through here.
Was your monastery here?
No, there's no monastery here. No.
Okay.
But there is a very obvious town hall that is clearly like the seat of like the mayorship or the elected leader of the towns, like the townsman. Leaf is just going to approach the door to this place as he's walking past everybody, and knocks on the door. And there are a few moments pass. Door swings open, and a halfling that's dressed well for herself, leather jerkin and whatnot, just answers the door. Jason, do you just want me to keep going?
Yeah, you know what? Like you've kept all of us in the dark about this. I love.
Sure.
Please take over for this segment. I love it.
Okay.
And the great thing, the one thing I'll tell the audience too is the great thing about the Gaxx pack is pretty much everyone is a dungeon master. So I like when we had the 1 week off and you did a one shot. I mean, I love this collaborative storytelling, and because we're missing Snacks today, I didn't want to start us on a big adventure where we couldn't get her back in. So I love where you're going with this. So
okay,
go for it.
So halfling woman, about 3'7", is resting her arm on a very nice looking rapier that is hanging at her side. She's wearing leather breeches and a vest, and her hair's cut very short. She looks kind of suspicious at Leaf as he's standing in the doorway, like, what the hell? And it shows in her voice as she just looks him up and down and says, yes. And Leaf just says, not here to cause any trouble, just dropping this off. And he unclasps 1,000 platinum from his bag, and he hands it to the woman and just says, if you could see to it that goes to the township, call it and call it whatever you want. Good day. And Leaf turns and starts slowly walking as he looks at everybody, as this halfling, thinking she's just been handed a bag of coin, just goes and starts to slowly close the door. And when the door closes, there's a beat when you hear, holy shit, behind the door as she has opened the bag to see.
That makes no sense. Why would you give away all your coin? What manner of soft-hearted fool would do such a thing?
On an insight check, both of these guys, while a dog, I'm gonna go up and sniff them. What is this? What is happening here? Why are we giving away money?
Sniff, you're going after Leaf?
Yeah.
You want to insight check?
Yep.
Leaf is I'm not going to resist that. Leaf is feeling very relaxed and eager to leave now. That's his
Great.
current emotional state.
Donato can't lie to you, even though he tries. He super gave his money away, but you don't know why.
Karina just plops her butt down and looks at you both like the dog looking at the gramophone, like, what?
And Leaf just says, and we're done. As he
Would
starts
you-
walking back to where we teleported
Just
down.
put one hand on his arm before we go. I'm like, would you like me to go back and threaten that halfling to make sure she doesn't just pocket it and head north to Wator Deep?
If she does, then it's her burden to bear now, not mine.
This is your home. You know how things are done here.
He shakes his head and says, no, not my home.
I want to start sniffing around and like range out a little farther from the group. And I'm looking for a tavern in this town.
Definitely a tavern.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah.
Tavern. Yeah. Ready? It is the Supreme Woodpecker Inn.
Sweet. I start whimpering next to it and like put my paws up on the door.
I mean, we're on the clock, but
In your head, you hear.
There's a little carved woodpecker outside on the signpost, and it looks like it's holding a sword above its head with its feathered, like its wings, like He-Man style, and it just says the Supreme Woodpecker, and then underneath it in parentheses it says "in." And you can hear the clanks and thuds of mugs and plates being distributed across tables, and the shouts of people enjoying themselves on an afternoon in the tavern when they probably should be working in the farm.
You do all get a message in your head though, and it's Ganser going, "You got 90 minutes left."
And Karina's gonna give like, I don't know what the equivalent, like she like does the play pose of like kind of going back on her haunches and putting her legs out, her front legs out, and then goes back over to the door, starts scratching at it.
Grath finally rejoins the group and just, okay, are we hitting the tavern already? It's not even.
Leaf pauses and
it's
stares.
always 5 o'clock somewhere, and Donato opens the door of the tavern so the dog can go in.
Oh, look.
Karina
Leaf
bounces.
puts his hands out and he says, the one thing I was looking to avoid. And here we are.
Oh, I'm sure there's far worse that you were hoping won't happen while we're here.
Yes, but I can point at the first domino that fell, and it still applies.
I gave you my word. I will check with you before I destroy anyone. The problem is, Karina made no such offering, so perhaps you should stay close.
Leaf leans forward to you, Thanato, and says, I understand you and I have a significant difference of philosophy, and I've made it a point not to try to correct you. But let me say this. The money that was given to those people was because of the trauma that was done to them here over 15 years ago. I do not wish to traumatize them again.
Got it. No trauma, which may require no survivors. And then I turn it around real fast before he can say anything else.
Leaf, I mean, the chin dip with the mask is enough to even give him like the side look in the mask. Leaf won't go into the tavern. Instead, he looks around outside and just kind of folds his arms up and leans against the wall and tries to look unapproachable.
Grath approaches Leaf, asking, I'm not going to pry, like everybody else seems to want to do, but...
My clan was a part of an orc raid that burned this town down. We slaughtered close to 30 people before we were chased off. I was mortally wounded and left for dead in the woods. They came looking for me sometimes later because they were looking for revenge as well. This is long before I became a monk.
Oh.
Looks like the place has been rebuilt and the town has found its place back again, which is good.
That was very generous of you, too.
I really appreciate the sentiment, Grath, but I think you and I can both agree that that still is not making amends. It just helps.
It's what you can do. It's all you can do sometimes, but I know that what you did is going to help these people in ways you might not even ever see. So just know that.
He nods. He says, I have a clean conscience despite how this might look. Forgiveness is not something these people can give me. It's something I've had to give myself. But if I can help, then I should help. It's
Understood.
not really much more complicated than that, really.
Understood.
You
So, Karina,
nods.
you've gone into the inn, and Thanato, you followed after her. So, so you're in Mastiff form, though.
Yeah, I'm like a big shiny black cane corso, just a big old hunk of a dog.
A couple people are like, a little apprehensive because they see it.
I roll and give tummy time.
Oh, the first you go up to the first table and a little halfling woman starts rubbing your belly.
Go for it. I'm just stalling until I see anyone else from the party, and then when they come in, I'll go over to them.
Oh, Grath finally walks in and leaves Leaf off to the entrance.
But Thanato,
himself.
did you already go in?
I did, but I mean, I wouldn't interfere. Although I will say, when she rolls over so easily, I'm like, I had to work much harder for that.
And can you make me a perception check?
I can.
Okay.
That's not terrible. Where's my spooky boy sheet? That is 22.
Great. In the far corner of the Supreme Woodpecker Inn, there's a table all the way in the back, and there is a fully armored human. His helm is on the table, but he's wearing plate armor, and it has a big hand on the hand with an eye on the armor, and he is looking at you with almost a terror in his eyes. He's got a big. You can tell with that 22 that he's been drinking a lot, and he's got this crazed look in his eye. And you are pretty sure that he thinks that you're a zombie that just walked into the bar.
He's been listening to a lot of Cranberries lately.
It's all in his head. Yeah, I'll kind of hold on a second, and then when Grath walks in, I'm like, Grath, that man in the corner is giving me an uncharitable look.
That guy over there, the armor.
Yes, he's in his cups, probably feeling excessively heroic.
Okay, look, I'll just ignore him. I know it's hard, but sometimes people are a little off-put by
Everything.
things they're not. Yes, just please try to avoid any sort of confrontation, Thanato. Please.
I'll wait outside with Leaf. There's a chance he was going to try and slip away when we weren't looking anyway, so... Although, before I walk out, I very much look at the guy and go like... and walk outside with Leaf. If he comes out to get it, that's no longer my problem. Yeah.
Okay.
I just want to hop up and I'm gonna go over to Grath and like pull on her like coat and then start pawing at the bar towards where they keep like, I don't know, I imagine there's like a bunch of signs and then a bunch of like growlers that you can take to go. And I'm kind of just like growl a little bit and then bark at it.
Okay. All right, Karina. Which one? The medium or the large?
2 barks.
Oh, all right. She gets 2 of the larges at the counter. May have been misinterpreted, but
no, I like it.
All right. Okay.
Eric,
well,
is this entirely a halfling village, or is it like multi?
No, it's something like 4% of the population is halfling.
Okay, and the rest are mainly humans.
Yeah.
And...
I feel
But also, Jason, just so you know, I am literally making this up as we go.
No problem. Same here. That's D&D, baby.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Well, I walk outside. I assuming with Karina.
As you're walking out, the bartender's like, "Hey, are you gonna pay for those?"
Yes, of course. I left the what was it? 5 gold on the table there.
5 gold.
Oh, it's not 5 gold. Yeah,
anyone
right.
you want.
Spreading it around. Yeah.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me.
Life.
You say 5 gold. Karina's gonna like duck back behind the bar and start try to grab like a bottle of something. Like, well, let's get 5 gold worth.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't recognize your handwriting. The script is a little bit different. Oh, can we grab some more?
Whatever you want.
Okay. Hey, Karina, what else?
Karina, like just a little vintner, is back there looking for the best bottle of wine.
This is like coming back to the starting area after you've maxed out in World of Warcraft and you're just like, I've got all this money. I'm just going to hand this shit out.
Gonna kill me some guards. Yep. You know?
I'm going to grab like a nice bottle of mead and just sort of grab it. And she's just holding it in her mouth and just going to come back from behind the bar.
All right.
Mead, good choice.
Sounds great. Here. And here's a little tip. Grath just puts an extra 5 gold on the counter. Thank you so much for your troubles.
I don't have to. This is amazing. I can open up another bar. I can open up the extra supreme woodpecker across the street.
Ultimate nega supreme woodpecker.
The ultimate mega
Super
supreme
Saiyan woodpecker.
Right.
You have to roll a saving throw when you walk in the door.
And
does like this.
disadvantage. Yep.
Oh man.
So now I'm just a dog walking with a bottle of mead in her mouth.
Grath, can you make me a perception check though on your way out?
Yes. Let's see.
See if you notice the beholder
Oh.
right next to you this whole time staring at you.
Well, you know what? Even if it was right in my face, I just rolled a 1. I rolled a natural 1 on this perception check. And with the +5, it's a 6.
But let's be fair.
We
There's
got
a doggo next to you. So
there is. Not only is there the doggo, we also have fate points.
We have fate points,
That's
and
what
we're in the
they're for.
last hour.
Oh,
Yeah, this is
yes.
important to not fail.
Yes, fate point, please. Okay, thank you so much again, chat. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let's try that again. Come on, D&D
one natural 1.
Please, not another one.
Do it again.
That roller tends to repeat sometimes.
I'm like, bet you won't,
Well,
D&D Beyond.
It added a 0 this time, so 10 plus 5, 15.
Great. You notice that in the far corner there is a fully armored figure putting on a helmet and sort of looks like he's talking to a few other people and trying to motivate them in some way.
Uh-oh. He doesn't have a flaming fist on him or anything, does he?
No, it's just it's a hand with an eye. It's
still
you haven't done it, so you wouldn't.
You know what?
Actually, Grath, make me a history or a religion check, whichever one is higher for you.
Let's see. It's the same either way. So yeah, Grath just kind of takes a closer look at that insignia on the chest with the eye, and is just trying so hard to decipher like where she might have seen it before, but it just escapes her brain because I only got a 9.
You got a
Can
9.
I roll? Can I roll to recall it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet. I was like, I've still got my like.
As a mastiff, you have already you noticed already what's.
I mean, I'm a druid. I still have. I get to retain all of my like mental stats. So 22.
It's the hand of Helm. So you recognize that guy's probably a cleric or warrior or paladin of some sort for the god Helm.
Does he seem agitated? You know, dogs just know those kinds of things.
Does he seem
so
like he's looking for levels?
Dogs know.
Yeah. What'd you say?
So does it seem like he's looking for levels.
Yeah.
He's looking to level up.
He seems like he wants to F around and additionally find out.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun for him.
Yeah, he's gonna find out. All right. Well, Grath notices this as well and just kind of like gestures at Karina, like,
Karina's gonna nod and then kind of like readjust the bottle and like trots out pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow you. And Grath follows and just
She can't open the door, so she just kind of does the like on her back paws and scrabbles at the door until someone lets her out.
I hold open the door for Karina. Come on.
I go out.
Grath places the extra down outside, but Grath is going to go back in. Well, before she goes back in. Hey, gestures at Leaf and Thanato and Karina. Thanato, you were right. That person, the armor, the hand symbol with the eye is looking to possibly confront somebody, us.
I'm gonna try to gently put the bottle down on its side and then grab you by the pant and like pull you back to keep you from heading like in the opposite direction of the bar, kind of trying to respect Leaf's wishes a little bit.
Wait, pulling Thanato or pulling Grath?
Pulling Grath.
Oh, okay.
No.
Where?
Just
Sorry, where-
away from the bar.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. All right. I won't. I thought I could maybe diffuse this situation because it seems like some sort of confrontation is inevitable here, and I feel like if we throw Thanato in there, it's gonna be a mess.
So Thanato and Leaf, where are you guys standing?
We've been standing outside the door, just waiting.
Outside, yeah.
Sort of on the front porch.
Although I will say, I look at Leaf and I'm like, so just gauging how this works. I walked away. If he comes out after me, I'm allowed to do what I do, right?
Let me take point. But if things don't, I'm a reasonable person, Thanato. That's all. He leaves it open-ended like that.
Again, I respect you. I respect your connection to this land. If you can save him from himself, so be it, because I won't.
Okay.
So when they emerge,
Yep.
Leaf will say, "And we're going," and pushes off from the side and begins to walk back to our rendezvous point with everybody in tow.
At that moment, three people bust out the door. You see a fully armored in full plate with his helm now fully affixed to his head.
Okay.
The very inebriated human, and then behind him are two other humans in leather armor with short swords drawn. The armored fellow holds up his holy symbol at Thanato and says, "Begone! Begone, foul abomination! Begone back to the abyss where you have come from!" And you get the feeling that he's trying to turn undead on you.
Yep. What do I need? What do I need to beat? Because technically, I can be turned.
Technically, you are undead.
Yeah, I have the undead subtype. Yeah, so
Yep.
I theoretically can be turned.
Doesn't it say specifically as reborn that you? Oh, I guess. I thought it said specifically you counted as a human though. Like you don't.
It's two
You're
types.
both.
You can be an undead
Both
or a
types?
construct. Yeah, you can be like Frankenstein, or you can just be undead. And I'm undead. I am. Yep.
Aren't
What
you undead and alive at the same
yeah.
time or something?
Yeah, you have both. You have both subtypes. Yeah.
And then what about the construct part? Or that's
That's a different.
That's
That's the kind of reborn you can be. Like you're like somebody built me and brought me back, like literally Frankenstein.
Okay.
Or I'm kind of a semi-sentient zombie thing.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a semi-sentient zombie thing.
But
And I'm
in
just gonna
that
say-
in that respect, if you're a construct, are you also undead? Not that you are, but I'm just curious.
If you're the construct type, you cannot be turned.
Got you. Okay, you need to make a DC of 15.
Just going
Okay.
to add this to the discussion that the monster in Penny Dreadful should have had a spin-off series. Just saying. Just brilliant, actually.
Hot takes.
Stunningly awesome. My favorite horror. creature. My
We have
favorite
another
horror story.
fade point, right?
You got
Oh.
one. You
Yep.
Okay.
We do.
Yep.
We do.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
one more
cash
fade
in my
point.
other fade point because I'm not running from this
got
doofus.
2 left.
So what's the
15.
It's just wisdom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because the first one was a 4. That's why I had to cash that in. Like again, like this dude's not getting over on me. That is going to be an 18.
All right. So you successfully gain your saving throw, make your saving throw. So he's just standing there looking all majestic as he can with the 2 sort of thugs behind him. and
Leaf
I,
will.
I just could I just assume that somewhere between here and there, when we were on the ship, we got a long rest. We didn't say it out loud. Is that valid to say we
you
slept at some
absolutely. Yeah, we
point?
never said
Yeah.
that, but I mean,
Okay,
Snacks
right.
was sleeping because
Perfect.
you already had your long rest, and Snacks
Right.
overslept.
Perfect. Then I just sort of look at Leaf for a second, and you see the look in my eye that you know what's about to happen.
Leaf just shakes his head.
Karina barks one time awkwardly at the like weird cleric flex.
B Dave, if you're cool with it, I'm gonna try to intervene. As you give him the look, Leaf is going to immediately say something.
Okay.
And he's just gonna be like, well done, my noble paladin friend. We'll be on our way now. And he pats Thanato on the shoulder and says, shall we? And continues to try to move this group forward like we're at Comic-Con, trying to avoid getting bogged down in a thing. Just kind of let's keep moving.
I do start walking backwards, but I'm looking at this dude, and I would like to hold an action because if he takes a single step forward, he's getting lit up. I very much am just walking backwards with next to Leaf. Yeah.
His action was to attempt to turn you,
Mhm.
but the thugs that were with him take a step forward clearly, and so let's roll for initiative.
Okay. Well, honestly, when they take a step forward, I hit him with a maximum guiding bolt, upcast to 4th level.
Oh.
Okay.
Which is I have a 21 to hit him.
Yeah, that's gonna. Well, hold on. Actually, because he is in full plate. Let me just see.
Mm-hmm.
That hits him.
I very much am like, he's like, yeah, we're leaving. I'm like, yeah, and they like crunch, boom. Yep. So I'm gonna drop 7d6 on his face.
Oof.
Yeah.
Not 76, 76.
7d6.
Okay.
Which I don't think mathematically can get to 76. I would love it if it did.
Max of 42.
Yeah, I was like, dang.
Exactly.
Bless those timetables, baby.
Let's see. Not terrible. Not terrible. Let's see. I'm mathing.
Oh,
25 points of damage.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, 31 points of damage. I was mathing wrong. 31 points of damage.
Boom! You hit him. He's like, what? And because guiding bolt is radiant damage, right?
It is, and he starts glowing because the next person will have advantage.
And he, as you hit him, he's like,
what devilry is this? This is like it's positive energy from a negative being.
Surprise, surprise. Okay,
now everybody tell me your initiative scores, please.
I rolled a 22 for initiative.
Okay.
Mastiff Karina got a 10.
18.
Lucky number 13 for me.
I have advantage on initiative, but a very low modifier.
And had you, I know you used your portent earlier on the captain of the guard, but do you have one more left or what?
I have a 12. I have a 12 left in my back pocket for something.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay, Leaf, it's your move. So you got the cleric that just got smashed, and then you've got two leather armor wearing bar patrons next that are coming at you.
There is no way to disarm the situation, is there? There's really no way to do that. There's literally no way to disarm this. I don't have.
I mean, it's not. This isn't a raid. You're not raiding them or anything.
No. This is exactly what I wanted to avoid. That center. Okay. I think I'm going to attempt to try to take their weapons. I think I'm going to try to disarm.
Okay.
I'm going to attempt to do a disarm on these guys. So the Leaf is going to whirl around and just like pivot on his foot and dash forward. And I'm just going to zoom right up to these guys and do an attack. I forgot how disarm works in D&D. It's been a while.
Let's see. I can
look it up.
Look it up pretty quick here. Let's see.
Disarm.
You make an attack roll contested by the target's strength or athletics.
Okay. And here we go. And I get to roll with advantage, yes, because he's glowing.
If you're disarming the cleric.
Are you trying to disarm the cleric or the? Okay.
Yep.
And yes, you do.
Okay.
Yeah, and if the attacker wins, it causes no damage, but the defender is disarmed. If they win, the attacker has disadvantage. The attacker has disadvantage on the attack roll if they're holding the item with 2 or more hands. He's not. The target has advantage on the ability check if it is larger than the attacking creature, which it is not. So yeah, it's just your attack versus his athletics or acrobatics.
He has a longsword, you said?
No, he has he was holding it. He was holding this holy symbol in one hand, and he has a mace at his side that he actually hasn't drawn yet.
Okay, that's full.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But
I roll an 18.
The two other guys have short swords that are out.
Okay, in that case, I'll attack one of the guys that has the short sword out.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Because this guy technically doesn't have his weapon out yet. He was just doing the holy symbol thing.
Yeah, so I'll just slide over to the one to the right, and Leaf, I roll an 18 to disarm this dude.
Okay, hold on. Let me just pull up his stats really quick because I'm just picking one from one of my. This all happened very quickly. I'm just being honest. I'm pulling out one of my guys here. Let's see. Okay. Got it. Athletics or acrobatics?
Mm-hmm.
He looks like a chunky boy, though. I feel like acrobatics is not going to be his jam, but theoretically, yes.
Right. Well, no, this is against the thugs that are just more like human, run-of-the-mill dudes in leather armor with short swords. So,
got it.
In fact, let me get a more
disarm is an attack, right, B-Dave?
It's your attack. It's bizarre. Your attack versus their skill check.
Right. Okay.
Which I guess makes sense that you're swinging, but they're like,
It's like a grapple.
You know?
Right.
Yes, that would make sense, I guess.
Yeah, it's very much like grapple. Okay, you have disarmed thug number 1.
Okay, I'm going to spend a point of key and activate key fueled attack, which is that option, one of the options to gain another attack.
Okay.
And I'm going to disarm the other one.
I feel like they're too far. Well, I mean, you would have to move.
So my movement is 45. It's got so much movement.
Yeah, you got a lot of movement. Okay,
if I can get to the first one, he's going to just slide around and whip around and attempt to disarm the second one too. Now, I just realized though that the roll that I made, the 18, was with advantage. I thought that was going against cleric dude, but I changed the targets to the dude who was not glowing. So if you want, I can re-roll that. I'm happy to do that.
What was your other roll from the 18? Like, because of advantage, right?
Yeah,
well,
with advantage.
If the 18 was the first one on the die, it just is what it is then, you know?
That was the first roll?
I rolled, no. So I rolled with advantage,
Mhm.
right? So I rolled a 9 and an 11 plus 7 because that's my thing to hit. So it would have been an 18.
So just
So
burn
it'd
the
have
fate point, and we'll call it you gave yourself.
Well, no, he doesn't need to. He doesn't.
Yeah.
Necessarily, he doesn't need to because I rolled really low. On
Oh, okay, because it was still like a 16 to hit. So then I'll go ahead and roll as normal against the second guy then.
Okay.
After I spend the key point to see if I can disarm this.
And I'm rolling athletics or acrobatics again.
Right. Oh my God, yes. I rolled an 18.
Yeah.
25.
Yes.
Okay, you managed to disarm both drunken thugs.
Yeah. So
They're
Leaf sees what's about to happen and immediately dashes forward as these guys are holding the sword. Leaf takes one hand, and when he strikes the first guy, it's striking his forearm and hit the back of his hand to cause his hand to go like this, which is an old knife disarm technique. Just slaps the short sword out of his hand. And as he does that, as the short sword like it spins up in the air, Leaf kicks it in midair and it clanks against the second short sword and knocks it out of that guy's palm. Just sends it both clattering to the ground. And then he's going to shout as a free action. He's just going to shout, "Stop!" and hope that they do. And that's my action for the round.
Okay, but it is now Thanato's turn.
When he says, "Stop." I would like to hold my action, but very much like the flames come up in my hands to do it again, but I'm holding my action. If the cleric does another aggressive thing, I'm gonna zap him again. But narratively, I'm like, you know?
Right.
But mechanically, I'm holding my action.
You're going Saiyan.
It is now Grath's turn in initiative order.
Grath is going to notch an arrow into her bow and aim it right at that cleric and cast thaumaturgy, actually. And in her most scary, I guess, intimidating voice, just say, "You will not harm us. Do not be fools. We are leaving. Leave us be."
The two guys who's have been disarmed, the thugs, they take off running.
Yay!
They're running down the opposite way. It's now the monster's turn in initiative. On my sheet it says monsters, but you know.
Right.
You're acting like monsters.
What it really is drunk dumbass
opponent,
which is honestly the same thing.
Kind of the same thing.
So
I have been to a bar.
The cleric goes, "You're leaving right now?
Right now.
So, like, if, for example, you left, I could maybe say that I turned undead and..."
No.
I mean,
feel free to go back into that tavern and tell everyone that you made sure we understood we weren't welcome here again. And we will leave.
And you see all the energy in him, and he slumps down, and he like slowly just starts. Goes back up the porch steps.
Okay.
And just defeatedly goes back into the tavern.
Okay. Leaf immediately turns and starts walking back to everyone and says, "Let's go. Let's just go.
Getting out of here right now.
You will notice that Leaf does have two short swords, however.
I will, I appreciate we went full like Jules and Vincent there for a second. I'm like, if you let him go tell those people that, I kill him on general principle, you know? But I back to the rendezvous. Like,
okay.
And unless anything else happens, we get the duck out of Fudge.
Okay, you go back to the rendezvous point with the hour. Now don't forget, you still, and we haven't talked about this in several weeks, so if you don't remember, that's okay. But you guys remember, working for Gids, you do have that little jewel sort of embedded in your wrist that you can call.
We'll ask him to beam us up.
Right. So as soon as you hit it, poof, you guys are back in the Citadel in Ganzerg's bridge area, and he's like, "Okay, so
I got you a gift," and he hands him two short swords.
No. I'm gonna sprint ahead of you and just give a slobbery, stupid bottle of mead, which was the whole reason she wanted to go in the bar, was to bring him back a present. So I just like run forward and just blah.
Okay, I'll set the short swords down the side then.
Okay. What'd you get? What kind of
even? We got even.
If it makes you feel better, Thanato, the moment we left, that cleric probably went back in there and told the business owner that he'd scared us off. The people that had dropped gold on his table for bottles of mead, as from what they've told us. He's probably being kicked out of that town right now as a fool.
It's fine. I already know what happens to him.
Oh.
I'm gonna go over and lick Thanato's hand.
This is new.
Just sits down and lays down.
Thank you all.
Ganzer kind of walks over to the short swords and he's like, "So what are these like? Are these Dritz scimitars in disguise or something? What are these like really like magical short swords? Are these like some crazy relics that you brought for me? I'm so excited for these.
Leaf just goes, those handles are made from the bones of an astral dreadnought, and the steel themselves are stolen from one of the great citadels in the 9 layers of hell.
Wow.
It's true. It took us a mere 20 minutes to recover them. What's our mission?
Oh, well, we can talk about that in a minute. But first, I'm gonna have these taken down and looked at, by the tinkerers. And obviously these swords are in disguise right now, right? Like there's some enchantment over them or something.
Leaf shrugs and says, I'm not a wizard. And he takes his mask off and says, I have no idea. It's just what the person who sold them to me said.
What's the deal with the mask there anyway?
He looks at it and says, it's made of wood.
I mean, what's the purpose?
You're very curious. And he pats him on the shoulder. And with that, Leaf is going to head back to his quarters.
Oh, man. All right. Well.
Takes the cloak off on his way out. Does give a nod to his party with a small smile on his face. Because even though things went south, his party still didn't kill people, despite the fact they really wanted to. So Leaf just kind of nods, particularly at Thanato, just kind of gives a nod, acknowledging and knowing full well the weight of the decisions that were made and the restraint that was shown. And he heads back to put his stuff back away in the chest.
Let's say Thanato looks at Ganzerg. He's like, I'm sure we're going somewhere terrible, and you're only going to tell us half to a quarter of what we need to know. I'll go bundle up snacks. She can ride with me until she wakes up. And he will go super Baby Bjorn snacks onto his back. Just so she'll be safe back there, and he can keep an eye on her when we ship out.
Okay, great. Karina, what are you going to be doing in Grath?
Look,
I look up at Graph.
Yeah, so I hope you enjoy the mead we procured. Thank you, Ganzerg, for letting us, help Leaf out with his journey and what he needed to do. Once again, please don't pry with him. We're all
Annoying.
been through a lot. Yeah.
He's very obnoxious about it.
I mean, I guess not. Yeah.
I mean, I guess. Do you think we're ready? And she just looks at Karina to know the next mission, or shall we wait a bit?
Karina just looks up at you, and then is gonna trot out of the room. And she's just jogging around. She figures there's time to kill until everyone meets back up again.
Okay. I think we might need a little bit of time to just relax again and.
Yeah, it's all right. We got a little bit of time. I got some guests here visiting the Citadel, and that's all fine and good. Thanato, when you're walking back to your quarters, though, so you go down the main tower and you have to walk through the common area again to get back to the stairs that go up to your tower, and you see Odan again. And Odan's like, "Hey, you got one over on me. But what do you say we maybe do a little one-on-one in the training room? What do you think?"
Can't mission.
Oh, come on.
And just look really close at him. And I say, I have an insight into these things. And if you were to cross swords today, it would go poorly for you. So for the sake of my friends, I'm going to save your life and say no. Or better yet. And I just tap him on the shoulder. I submit.
In Aikido, we call that the life-giving sword. You could have killed him, but you didn't, so you gave him his life back. Good on you, Thanato. Leaf,
Telling you, in the training room, we could have some fun sooner or later. So just the offer's on the table. Maybe when there's not a mission going on, we could really scrap it up. Maybe no weapons even. We could just power to power.
Just punch each other's faces in.
Yeah. And remember, we've got all these clerics here. If one of us goes down, they're gonna raise us back up.
Holy shit.
Karina laments the lack of thumbs to write this fan fiction right now. What?
Wow.
I mean, think about it.
Very flattered. You're just not my type.
And then but I'll hand it to the guard. I mean, even though he's kind of
shoot your shot, bro.
That is pretty metal.
Shoot your shot. Yeah, no. Yeah, no. I walk right past him.
Hey, Pixel Circus, our friends in Pixel Circus just
Hello,
raised us.
Pixel Circus.
Hey, it's a circus of pixels.
I'm busy turning down an invite to a combat cuddle.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yeah.
The night's still young.
The captain of the guard wants no weapons, wants to wrestle you in the training room.
I mean, who doesn't? He's just mad that I embarrassed him. No, I'm ready to deploy. Just tell me when we're teleporting to somewhere awful.
All right.
Karina's gonna go pee on Bruschetta Audubon's door.
Brucanar Justavan?
That's what it said.
Brucanar Justavan.
Yep. That's Bruschetta Audubon.
That's what I heard.
Dang it. I already lost it. It's Bruschetta again. Damn it. All right. Well, Grath is actually going to go on her way back to her quarters. She goes, is the bank like not too far off?
The bank?
Yeah, or like somewhere to just kind of deposit her money.
Well, you have you have your own chests and things in your room because each one of you has individual rooms. So you could put it. There's really no centralized bank in the Citadel. There's, the Tinker area and stuff like that, but there's not really a bank. Not that big.
Well, on the way back, she's going to stop by the what did I call it? Like Punch Gar, the like food place.
Yeah.
She stops by and just like buys some like a nice meal. Says thank you so much. This is my favorite shop on the Citadel. So take care. Takes it back and just like self-care time in her quarters. Just relaxes, just unplugs from everything, and just has a little feast. And that's what Grath is going to be doing.
Treat yourself.
Well, I think we'll end the adventure right there so that when Snacks comes back next week, we can start the mission right then.
Yeah.
But let's talk a little bit before we go. Just kind of, we're in that weird area.
Yeah.
Let's talk about D&D for a little bit.
Epilogue.
Yes.
Epilogue of the episode.
I am so glad we avoided a bloodbath.
Yeah. Would have defeated the whole purpose of like trying to
I'm
be
sorry,
nice.
I had to do it.
No, I would have, dude, I would have done, there's no way I would let undead, orc, tiefling, there's no way I would let that walk into like, as a GM, me personally, that's not a milk run. No, I would have messed with the party too. I'd have been, oh no. Some drunk asshole's going to see you guys.
Especially because of how new Reborn are in the game and also probably in the universe, D&D. It's not it's going to be, there's going to be issues when you're not on a mission and just in a town or something like that. You will have issues. I'm sure that's a thing.
What I like about the Reborn character option is it moves further in the direction of affirming that alignment is no longer a character restrictive mechanism in D&D 5e, which I love, because it's just assumed that if it's negative energy, it must be evil. But I mean, like even just like Leaf's character and dealing with the wave mercy of positive and negative, like that whole side of it, and then B Dave's character alone, like who is evil, yes, but the point is that you could play Lawful Good Reborn if you wanted to and go or you could do like chaotic neutral and go full Eric Draven if you wanted to, but I think it's really cool that it once again D&D is like mixing it up and giving you the character options. It's probably one of my new did I hear that there's like a new sentient puppet you can be now coming out in the Ravenloft book? Did I hear that correctly?
No.
There are sentient puppets in the Ravenloft book.
Yeah.
They're not playable, but I mean everything's
Thank
playable
God.
if you're
I was
Stop.
gonna
if
say,
you guys have
let's-
interest DM. Yeah.
But Dave, take it back. Take it back.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jeez.
What? This book? Are you asking me if it's
Hold
if
on,
it's
Hey,
mine's inside.
I'm not
in
even.
there?
I mean, somebody was nice and gave this to me. D&D doesn't know who the hell.
What
I am.
about-
They're just like,
What-
hey, you want one of these?
We'll walk away and go get.
I don't get sent
don't
shit.
like being
People are
left
just like, hey, Eric, you don't have a book, right? You want one of these things?
Oh my god.
Tuesday, get yours. It's a fantastic. It is a fantastic book. Get it for
Yup.
sure.
Get it.
It is
Yeah,
Here's
because
the regular
warlock.
cover.
Dude,
You
I
have
gotta
the alt
say-
cover. Here's the regular.
Zip standard cover.
Yeah, the
Beautiful.
warlock, the undead warlock is the one that's really got me looking because there's the warlock of the undying, which kind of tries to turn you into Jason Voorhees a little bit. It doesn't
Yeah.
really work too well for a warlock, but the warlock of the undead, that is, I feel like, where it's at. That's a really good revision to that.
I want to start messing around with the hex blood. Like
Oh yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
that feels
yeah.
very
Those are
cute.
cool.
It's very
Mhm.
cute.
Hey, I'm curious if for those of you who've gotten to read it yet, I'm curious. The first thing I did when I opened Ravenloft is I thumbed immediately to the Vistani because I wanted to see how they were approaching
Yeah.
the Vistani and how that because I mean again I'm not passing judgment on the past. It's a historical document of the 80s and 90s and like we've come a long way and whatnot. Vistani was one of those pieces of material that really needed updating, and I went to like read it and see how they've done with it, and it reminds me very much of V5 and what they did with the Ravnos. It feels like they've kind of just removed all the problematic elements to it and instead just said, here they are, here's
Yep.
this, here's what they do.
Yep. They're
Everything
people
else.
that kind of know their way around the mess, and
Yeah.
that's kind of it, you know.
Yeah,
like
really impressed.
Yeah. Mhm.
Really impressed. Mordenheim, by the way.
Yep.
That's
I'm
that
gonna
is
say-
my
oh, yeah, go ahead.
that's my favorite as Lamortia and
Morden?
Mordenheim. Yeah,
Mhm,
those are that's my favorite part of Ravenloft. If I run a Ravenloft game, we're gonna go back to Mordenheim again because that was so
Dope.
much fun.
Is that where we went?
Mhm. Yeah, we're in Mordenheim. Well, it's called Lamortia is the realm.
Okay.
Mordenheim is the poor bastard that created the Dark Lord Adam of Mordenheim of Lamortia.
And that's
Mm.
that's Frankenstein, basically.
Yeah, it's basically the realm of the Frankenstein's monster. But the reason why I love it so much is because each realm in Ravenloft has its own technology level. So if you want to play a more Victorian or Renaissance like technology level in Ravenloft, Lamortia is one of the places you could go to get that, where they have black powder guns and sort of like updated architecture and stuff like that. It's really interesting. Getting there though, that's the tricky part because
I mean, even getting there, tricky. Leaving.
yeah.
Tricky.
Yeah, leaving is always the.
Sure.
I mean, that's part of getting there. Really, it's like
That's
how
the
do you,
prestige,
can
baby.
you leave where you are? But here's the last thing I want to say about the Ravenloft book, real quick. Not to monopolize this, but I'm just so excited by this because they present you rules to create your own realm of dread, and that is the first time I've seen them do that in such a structured way. It's so freaking cool.
Oh, that's
Really cool. So,
100. Yep.
see, you wizards, y'all should sponsor me. I'm sitting here just hawking your product all the time, but I gotta go steal books from people. That's fine. Whatever.
Excuse me, Jeffrey Wizard.
Yeah.
Pardon me,
Please
Jeffrey
hook our
Wizard.
friend. Hook our friend up.
I mean, I know his brother Joe Wizard.
Joe Wizard. That
Joe
together
Wizard.
they are.
The problem is that Hank Hasbro, he bullies him.
Hasbro. Hank Hasbro.
See,
Hey,
heck, I would have made it like Keith Hasbro. Yeah, right.
Hasbro.
Sure.
When we all did a bunch of stuff at Geek and Sundry, I pitched an idea to Sean Becker, and he loved it at the time, and that we were going to make a commercial for the law offices of Geek and Sundry, and it was
I remember that.
Joseph Geek and Tabitha Sundry.
Yeah. I remember that.
Joseph Geek Tabitha
There were so many good
Sundry.
ideas.
We never had a chance to film it.
Joseph Geek Tabitha Sundry.
Thank y'all, by the way, for going on Leaf's little one-off adventure, and Jason for letting me take the reins of the game for a split. second there.
Absolutely, I loved it, and because I want to include, I want to include our whole party when we get involved on something big. So I think today was great because it brought out all of our characters, and I had a good time because I've spent all the last few days really populating the Citadel. So I was glad I was
Yeah.
able to show you all the characters there, and I'll send you guys a PDF of notes so that you know all the different teams and the different areas and who the major players are. Because your characters would know that sort of living there already. It's kind of like being on an army base or something.
Right.
You know,
Also,
what's funny,
like, oh, go ahead.
As a player, I take voluminous notes because I'm like, whatever is being said is important. But I specifically filter it through what would the Nato care about. So I make a point that unless it's someone he hates or respects, I don't write their name down because he doesn't care.
Yes.
So I'm just like, yeah, there's somebody I got to get even with. There's somebody that I don't mind the cut of their jib. That gets written down.
Well, yeah, Brucantar Justaban or Bruschetta
Autobahn.
No, I lost it again.
Autobahn.
I'm just gonna write down bruschetta. Dang it. Okay.
He may pass your.
I'm just gonna call him stupid Malfoy. Just like
Yeah.
dumb Malfoy.
He's got big Malfoy energy.
Yeah, a lot of Malfoy vibes from him.
Now he's got.
I want to give a shout out to all of our cheerers today. So
Seriously,
Red Heart,
Thank
84,
you.
Thank
cheered with
you.
3,200
Thank you.
bits. Jack Dwarf cheered with 500 bits. J-Man or Gray Man RP cheered with 425. Claudia Raman cheered with 300. That Gamer Chairs cheered with 100. I'm sure there's more that we missed. Rob V67 subscribed. Grayman RP subscribed. Eric Jackson resubscribed. So thank you guys. We're really happy. Working on this show and working on the channel, that honors Gary Gygax, and you'll find in the weeks ahead, that I'm bringing a lot of our players through some classic adventures and also through some classic things that Gary wrote, because he contributed so much to the game. And hopefully we'll see you all next year at GaryCon too. That'll be great.
Sweet.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah. So
would be sweet.
Yes.
What else do you guys have going on next week, now that we're sort of wrapping the week up?
Let's see. So on Monday over at Q Times, we've got part 2 of our Time Kids episode, and it's been pretty cool because we're playing Star Trek Adventures as we have been for the past year. With most of the cast, Shielded tomorrow came back, and we're doing this campaign. We just moved.
And or Shield on a high? I'm sorry, is Shield on a hiatus right now, or
Shielded tomorrow?
Is Clear Skies?
So what we did was we had, so B-Dave was a part of this, but we had this big fundraiser this past summer where we were trying to raise money to start the Streampunks LLC just to get up off the ground. We had a goal of about $5,000 that we were hoping to hit by the end of the day. We hit $15,000 by the end of the day.
Amazing.
And so all of a sudden we had all these unlocks and episodes and whatnot that we were going to put together. Then of course we got hit by a panini. And then for the past year, we've all been like trying to figure it out, but we've been like doing a bunch of one-off series, like one shots and whatnot recently. And so we're just now getting back into Clear Skies is starting to boot up again. And we're doing the one shots with the what's it called? The Time Kids, which are like, they're basically, the premise is they were a bunch of Starfleet Academy cadets that ended up helping the temporal agency save the history of Starfleet. And so they were all offered, they all got kicked out of Starfleet Academy because they were up to shenanigans, but he offered them a place in the temporal agency. So now they literally hop through every era of Star Trek under the temporal guidelines, helping right the wrongs and realign. It's Quantum Leap meets Star Trek, kind of like.
That's so cool.
Awesome.
So, and this last episode, it's actually getting pretty intense because they're bringing us right up. We're being put right up against the Discovery timeline now, where all temporal incursions are completely outlawed and banned at the end of the temporal Cold War. So it's a lot of Trek lore. It's a lot of fun. And they're in the Star Trek Online timeline right now. So it's really cool.
Great.
Yeah.
Which I've worked on quite a bit.
Yeah. Hear your voice all over that game, Jason.
Yeah, I'm if you play as a Klingon, I'm the voice of the Klingon computer.
It's pretty awesome.
Which is fun.
So cool.
So
that's an achievement to unlock.
For real. And I was too intimidated. I think in 2019, Michael Dorn was actually recording a voiceover at my recording studio for a different project. And it's like, I was just freaking out. Like, it's Worf is at my studio, you know? And I was too intimidated to tell him that I worked on the video game too. But yeah, so Star Trek Online is definitely near and dear to my heart for many different different reasons.
They were super cool to us. They created, so their lead ship designer, Thomas, or he's one of their lead ship designers, Thomas Maroney, designed our starship that we played, but he custom made it for us. So it's a cross between the Sovereign Enterprise E and the Enterprise D.
Dope.
And then not only did he design it, but then they put it in the freaking video game. So you can actually fly our ship, the USS Ross, in Star Trek Online. And this is
great.
This is the second time they've done stuff like that for us. They've put my NPCs from Shield of Tomorrow into their video game. Eliza, you can actually go see Eliza Pearl. They put her in the video game. Her character Talon is in the video game. And I'm in the video game as Admiral Campbell, which is kind of hilarious.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah. So they've been super cool to us. So anytime we talk positive on Star Trek Online, they've been our biggest supporters.
That's great. And by the way, we just had a giveaway in the chat. Maverick 2 TOO just won a Gaxx Pack t-shirt. Is that what it was, Matt? Yeah, just won a Gaxx Pack t-shirt.
Right on. Yeah, Gaxx Pack t-shirt.
I got to get one and play it, and then it'll be, or wear it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pack everywhere when we play.
Yeah.
Gaxx Packception.
Oh, we got to wear our merch.
God, yes.
Yep.
I mean, again, product placement. It's important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a good looking piece of art.
Thank you all.
Good looking piece of art.
Well, what I love about the show too is that, you know, this was supposed to be a three episode thing, and I'm happy that, like,
funny how that happens
every week.
Lucky for you, we don't know how to count.
Right. And
just
this is just
showing up.
This is just week 2, Abria.
That sounds right.
Yeah, it seems right.
Week 3 will come by someday.
Yeah, but not yet.
This has been really
It is not this day.
But that is not this day.
B Dave, tell us what you've got going on next week.
You can find me all over the place. So I'm 7 days a week doing something, but I will just say Monday at 11, Champions of Lore on CNE Games, where we nerd out and talk about all the stories and lore and details behind the scenes. And of course, Thursdays at 4 Pacific on D&D Twitch and YouTube. A wonderful fan sent me this with the Black Dice Society. We have a Black Dice Society cross stitch. This warmed my heart. Yeah. So
cool.
episode 8 and the first 7 are up on D&D YouTube. So check it out. Ravenloft. If you like Ravenloft, come check it out.
It's such a good show, y'all.
Thank
recommend
you.
highly enough.
Karma Kappa in chat said B Dave is literally on every D&D stream on Twitch.
That is true.
A statistically significant portion of them. That is true. Yes.
And that's okay. And, you know, B Dave and I have known each other for 19
minutes.
years now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We met in Arkansas.
That is true. Yep. No. Yeah. In 03. In 03 we met. Yep.
2003.
2003.
That's when I played Final Fantasy Tactics
I
Advanced.
swear to God.
I was a child. I thought she was going to say it was
swear
when
to
she was
God, that
born.
was when I was born, and I was going to you were going to see me.
Yeah.
I would have reached
each
other
other.
and fought her.
We went to preschool together in
It's true.
2003.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that was Claudia's in chat. Yeah, if she's in chat, Claudia Raymond. She made this. That is true. I added her on Twitter. She's apparently in chat. Claudia Raymond made this for us. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So great.
You crushed it. It's awesome.
That looks so cool.
You crit on your craft check. Yes.
Oh man.
And that's me.
And Bria, what do you have happening that you can tell us about?
Ooh, gosh, this is man. It's been a half a year of that. Wow. Anyway, you can catch me on Wednesdays on Into the Motherlands for season 2 of that. Oh, speaking of Into the Motherlands, haha, B Dave, how dare you? They asked what you were up to next week and you forgot. There's a Kickstarter for Into the Motherlands that launches on the 19th. Yes.
Yep.
Great.
Perfect.
Wednesday the 19th.
Wednesday the 19th, the day of the next show. And oh my God, the book, it's, do you want to play in this world? Yes, the Duke you do, and it's all in there. There's so much lore, and like it's so fun playing on the show, but there's so much stuff that like we will never have enough time to scratch the surface on. So yeah, all of that launches on Wednesday. It's just so exciting. So follow me at Quiddy I'll be tweeting a lot about it this week. On Tuesday, my episode of Narrative Telephone on Critical Role comes out, where it's my story, and they did a bad job, and I'm so proud of them.
Excellent.
So check that out at 4:00, and then you can see the first episode where I guested and contributed my ties to a narrative that was falling apart rapidly on their YouTube. What else? Oh, pre-orders are live for the Radiant Black crossover with the Unleashed. There's a game I GM'd over on Strawberry 17's channel back in fall of last year that is now a comic book. So please go catch the pre-order for that. We've got like 5 issues coming out starting in June. And every Friday, Failsafe is back. So that's at 7 p.m. I know there's a couple pickles probably still in the chat. Yeah, there you are. Fess is dead. That's fun. But I played her sister. So it was a real fun episode of them telling me that my other character was dead. And, just it's fun. It's fun. Anyway, that's me.
Adriana, what's happening with you?
Oh, geez.
I know
Hello.
you've been
Hi.
streaming like nonstop. Oh, and we have. Oh, there's the link. We're gonna put the link in chat. I think.
Yes.
Yes, for the Kickstarter pre-launch. Please follow along. We appreciate your support. Literally can't do it without you. So,
boom,
give it a gander.
Check that out. That's gonna be amazing. Hell yes. But yes, okay, all right. I'll hype for that. A little about me. I do Twitch streams. I've been streaming so much like video game stuff on my own channel. But I have been doing some cool TTRPG things with all of you all on the Gaxx pack. But mainly, I've been kind of like finally, like I have good setup, and I've been doing a lot of video game streams again on my Twitch channel, playing so much Resident Evil 8. Speaking of Ravenloft, like the more I play that game, the more I realize like you could probably make a Resident Evil 8 campaign from Ravenloft. So but yeah, other than that, you can find all the stuff that I do at Adriosa or Adriosa Gaming. And yeah, I've just been dorking out, playing a lot of video games on my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/Adriosa. Geez, I don't know. That's about it.
I know our mutual friend, Ivan Van Norman, who everyone knows. I saw him write that Resident Evil Village literally like scared the crap out of him or something. It's like the scariest.
Oh no.
That game, God, that game, like I beat it last weekend actually, and it was Wednesday. I beat it Wednesday, and it was just very compelling, and the story and the ending, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I don't know. I wasn't expecting a Resident Evil game. Like they're usually so campy, but I wasn't expecting it.
Nobody expects a Resident Evil game.
Exactly, to like make me feel emotions. Oh my God, I'm so invested now. But yeah, I stream a bunch of Resident Evil, but also like a variety of games. Like open world RPG games are what I tend to gravitate towards, but I'm a little obsessed with horror games right now. Other than that though, no, the only TTRPG D&D stuff has been the Gaxx pack. Yeah.
Well, more as things open up and more things.
Yeah, things are opening up again. I can't wait to do more. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be back next week with our full pack, and we'll be starting on a undisclosed adventure in an undisclosed location, but I will disclose it next week. You can find me Mondays and Wednesdays on my channel. Monday, I have a show called Miller's Music Mondays, where I have a different musical guest every week. Last week, my guest was the lead singer of Blackberry Smoke, which was a big get for me. We're friends, but their last 3 albums have gone to #1 on the country charts, on the Billboard country charts. So to have him as a guest was a real thrill, and Twitch featured us on the front page, which was great. Every Tuesday, I'm on the CNE Games channel for a show called Bardic Inspiration, where we write a song live on the air with chat. And it's always about a different Dungeons & Dragons character or monster. And actually, 8 of the songs have ended up in the game. So if you play Idle Champions and you've got the jukebox, you can just listen to it right there, or you can download the high quality files.
He also made a song about me.
I did with you.
With me, but about freely. So it wasn't quite so self-indulgent. Together, we were. I'm at a
I am
third.
waiting for my song, Mr. Miller.
We'll have to come on and be a guest, and we can write a song.
This is how you invite yourself on the things.
Exactly.
Yeah!
You do it here, and then I have to do it. Although it's not fully up to me, but we'll make.
Thank you.
I can put in a word for sure. There he
I
is.
will be there.
My boy.
Here's Freely.
My boy. My lucky boy.
It's
Yep.
you as a halfling. It's so great.
He's so adorable, that
Which-
dimple.
That's still Adam Schubert. Everybody that talks about the Black Dice Society art and how great it is, same artist. That's how I met him originally when he did my Freely art. Yep.
Ooh, yo, he doesn't miss.
Really great.
It's like bullseye.
Hey.
Bullseye.
Yeah. And then we have one more episode of Sirens. With there's a Sirens Kickstarter going on right now too. I think they've already passed $205,000 or something. So great for them.
Just crushing every goal.
.com, and our last episode is this Friday. And yeah, I want to thank our sponsors one more time. Let's thank World of Chaldea and Dwarven Forge, Sirenscape, and Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms. And thank you all so much for watching this week, and we'll be back next Saturday at 5. And we're going to raid. Are they going right now? We're going to raid Q times, Eric. We're going to raid.
Yes. What's our raid call? I want it to be something stupid.
Yeah, let's
boobs and butts. That's the only way they'll know it's us.
Gaxx you.
Yeah.
Gaxx you. Gaxx you.
Gaxx
Gaxx
yourself.
you. Gaxx you.
Gaxx you.
All right. See everyone next week. Bye-bye.
All right. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for watching.